I lost my pile mic. I don't know where it went.
What's a pile mic?
Pile of shit.
That's a good one.
I like this.
My favorite dance move is the Nomads.
You got to shake it at the end.
Your little cowbell.
No more than 2, or else you're playing with it.
Shit, that's what I've been doing wrong this whole time.
Yep.
I thought it was
playing with
no
it.
more than 200.
Oh,
Or you got the gal.
you get the 200? Shit.
Yeah.
I'm 26. I can get up to like 200,000.
Picture
you-
like Super Troopers where he's got the gun. Bloop, 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 bloop. See how fast he's going?
Or you
Yeah,
got
except
the,
for me, it's more like Cheddar Bob.
Cheddar Bob.
Cheddar Bob.
Cheddar Bob.
Shoot it down your leg.
But you always got the person at the urinal too that does the old, like when they're done. Like, really? Here?
Announce to
The,
the
the
rest
guy
of the
that's got
restaurant.
hold the wall. Oh,
Yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong. There are some peas that is almost orgasmic.
Right?
There's you're just like, oh
Dude, I
God.
swear to God. I went to high school with a kid who always pulled his pants down. I mean, pants and underwear.
Oh, to the
Just
ankles?
dropped trout and pissed in the urinal. And it was terrible. No one
What grade
could
did you
tell
say
him
you
that
were
was
in?
not okay. I mean, I graduated with him
Oh my God, he did it all the way.
all the way.
I went to church with a kid that did that.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure he later became an altar boy.
Anytime I go on a road trip with Pickles, that's what it's like. He's a 300-pound man with his pants all the way down to his ankles.
Oh my God.
Is he
Wait. No, I'm not worried if it's hairy. My question is it polka dotted?
It's a hairy.
Like splotches of paint?
Pickles is a clown. If you
Like
guys
when you're like pouring chlorine in your pool and it gets on your pants. Just little blotches.
Instead of like a
Oh,
little
man.
tail, it's a clown nose. Honk honk.
Yeah. Don't pull out the black light, please.
Yeah, please.
Where the hell did this conversation go?
I don't know. I don't know.
That's how we're starting.
This is it. Yeah, this is how we're starting.
This
right
is how we've been recording
Penis.
this whole
Orgasmic peas.
Bowels.
Straight from the bowels. All right. So we got some wrestlers up in the house here.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, hell yeah. Right? So who do you have here in front of me?
I am the big bad wolf, Ace Evans.
And then to the right. Left,
I am in training and soon to be the Oracle Zachary Ignis.
the Oracle.
I am currently the White Wolf Jheras Grey.
Currently.
I think I might change that to the Silver City Center though.
Just so many colors. The gray wolf, Jheras Grey. The white wolf, Jheras Grey.
Yeah.
So many colors. Just pick one, man.
Just one.
Well, then
Just one.
silver it is.
There you
Silver?
Yeah, Silver City
Is
Center.
this your final answer?
Stamp it.
Yeah, stamp.
Damn.
And
right
wait.
there. It's confirmed.
Now it's official.
It's on record. It has been recorded. So the Silver City Center, is that what you said?
Center.
Center.
Yeah,
Silver.
Silver City
I'm like center. I could have thought of something better.
It's like the new Twix.
Yeah.
Silver. Something in the center. I don't know.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. That's the Silver City Center, huh? How long have you been thinking on that? 2 weeks?
Yeah, just about.
Good guess.
About the time it takes to brush my teeth?
Well, I mean, it all started because I was hanging out with a couple friends of mine, and we ended up watching The Dirt, the documentary on
yeah.
Motley Crue. And while I was watching it, I was like, man, you know, I never really paid attention to Motley Crue when I was growing up, like, despite all the music that was always around me. But seeing Nikki Sixx's character, and I was like, wow, this guy's a fucking asshole. This guy would be perfect.
I guess we should ask. Can we cuss on this?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. Cussing. Yeah, we
I
got.
forgot I even did that.
Yeah, don't we have a blunt somewhere?
Oh,
I thought that was off camera. I thought that was
yeah.
off camera.
So did I.
Oh.
Shit.
I mean, whatever.
I'm in.
So I
Oh.
was like
I grew up,
5
too.
years old when I read The Dirt. like I said, my parents raised me on classic rock.
Okay.
And I don't know how Motley Crue's classic rock, but
It is now.
Yeah.
I guess.
Metallica, they're playing on
I heard
classic rock
Blink-182 on
stations.
station. And I was like, oh no.
Mm-hmm.
But I was like 5 years old when I read that book. So like the movie did not surprise me. People were like, "Oh my god, what is
What?
this shit?" I was reading this foul shit, and it's way worse in the book. And they go like way into the Ozzy stuff. It's terrible. But I was 5 years old. It came out with like this DVD. This DVD, this DVD with like all of their music videos on it. It had like girls, and shit. I'm like 5 years old.
Right.
It's amazing.
Now you said it was the
Yeah, it was
DVD was worse than the book, or did you say the book was worse?
the book was worse than the
Because
movie.
yeah, the book is always more
Yeah.
descriptive.
Oh yeah.
Like
Yeah.
if you read like it's a long one, but if you read like It from
Oh,
Stephen
yeah.
King,
Oh, dude. That's
oh, way worse than
2
the show.
years to read it.
Shit, we all probably remember the controversy that happened when It Chapter 2 came out. They're all mad about that opening scene. But, like, these are the same people who don't realize that the book was way more fucked up than the movie.
way always
Way
is.
worse.
It's like the
There's the
last
club burning that
eighth
happens in it, and there's the scene that happens at the end to beat it. Like, that's never going to get
Yeah.
put into a movie. We'll definitely never see that one.
Yeah, it's. You guys ever seen The Last House on the Left?
No, I'm too young for that.
No.
I'm only 26.
I mean, he just found out who Motley Crue was.
Well,
last
it
week.
No, I
wasn't.
knew
It
who
wasn't
they
there.
were.
Wasn't this an older movie though?
Yeah,
The Last
it was
House on the
all-
Left, like
yeah,
old,
but,
old.
like,
That was
10 years, 15 by now.
Oh, okay.
wanna say that was
Well, then
M.
we're
Night
thinking about the
Shyamalan's
same
first
one, I
movie.
think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or
I went and
Wes
seen it in
Craven's first
theaters. Me and my wife now we went and seen it. And you know the fucking rape scene in there? That was fucking uncomfortable as hell
That
in the
was
movie
bad.
theater. And I'm like, imagine if this was a book.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
And then all
They
the-
went that far in a movie, dude. They stuck on that scene for so long.
And you had to do one of these.
Yeah, you did. You kind of just had to like look down a little bit because I mean, I like it when movies will make you feel that way, make you feel like you're totally invested at that point. You're like, I can't even watch this. Like, but that was just like, holy shit, that was too much.
Like, it's really easy to make people sad, maybe just as easy to make people scared. It's hard to make them laugh, but it's probably the hardest to make them uncomfortable.
Yeah, right.
Right.
Yeah,
And
I
I
would
appreciate
definitely
that
agree
when
with
a
that.
film does that.
Especially with like the shock value that movies are at now. You know, like
Yeah.
you get all the Saw movies. They were kind of uncomfortable at first, but then it was just
It's like, what
Right.
name can you bring?
You guys
Yeah.
remember the old movie Cannibal Holocaust?
Mm-hmm.
You know, when that came out, it was really controversial, really messed up movie because it was, you know, one of the first found footage films. You know, it was so graphic that they actually had to contact the actors to make sure that they weren't, you know, actually dead.
Right. That's crazy.
That movie is weak compared to nowadays, though. That movie is like watching fucking Disney in comparison to what comes out now.
Yeah.
And like, man, it's just crazy to see the way things have evolved. Because it's like, it's the law of emulation. You know, you as a creator, you see the people that created before you. So what it makes you want to do is it makes you want to do things like them. So you end up building off of the same things that you've seen in the past. Like, it's even been shown through like brain scans that when people like have what they believe to be an original thought, you're actually using the same portion of your brain that you use for memory.
Say that again.
The same part of your brain that activates when you're trying to like create or like invent something.
Yeah, you're
is
like
the
thinking
same-
on this.
Yeah, it's the same fragment of your brain that deals with like memory.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
the idea is that there's no such thing as like an original thought anymore. It's all just you know, memories, and we compile them
Regurgitated.
together to be
Yeah.
able to make new things.
No shit.
I
Yeah.
mean, wrestling.
Exactly.
Yeah. It's building upon, like, oh, that move was cool. How can I tweak it? Like we were talking in the car. Like,
Yeah.
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 Yeah, like how hard is it to come up with like a finisher, you know, nowadays that doesn't like make you think like, man, I'm doing the exact same thing that this other person
It's
did.
like there's so much wrestling out right now that when you think that you're thinking of something cool, then somebody's already doing it on TV. Or like There's this guy that used to travel with us, Nokin. He started doing kind of like a cult leader kind of demon gimmick. And then Aleister Black started doing it before he got released on WWE.
Yeah.
You know, like this to a T, almost the same exact thing.
Really?
It's not like, you know, WWE is like, oh, who's this guy wrestling at a fair somewhere in Michigan, you know? Like,
Right.
you know, it just happened to be coincidence.
Yeah. And that's got to happen a lot with, you know, how much indie wrestling in every other state and everything, you know? Like,
And speaking of finishers, like before I ever even trained, I had this idea for what I wanted to do. You know, growing up, you know, I'm 26, so that means I grew up with like Brock Lesnar and people like that.
Okay.
So, you know, Brock Lesnar did an F5, you know, fireman carry, throw him in front of him. The idea that I had was it would be the same thing, but like how Randy Orton does the RKO, I would throw them behind me and catch them the same way. And then like 3 years before I started training, I seen Rhino on NXT, and that was his finish.
But that's the thing, though, that the TKO has been around since before I was wrestling.
Right.
And I didn't even know that.
Yeah.
yeah.
It's that,
Because
that 7-year rule, though.
Yeah, because Jeff Brooks was doing it when I first started.
Oh, I believe it.
You know, that
Especially
was-
a guy that size, too.
Yeah, I just imagine, just the thought process on like, okay, how you're gonna like, because you have like your basics, like you set of moves, right?
Yeah.
Like when you start, like you're actively training right now.
Mm-hmm.
So like, what were your? I guess I'll ask you, what were your first like 4 moves that you really grinded on, like you had to get down?
So recently it was Bulldog, and we grab the head. from
Yep,
the front
and then you
with
run-
it. Yeah. Neck breaker, like a swinging neck breaker. I love the swinging neck breaker. And just like clotheslines.
And clotheslines.
Yeah. I just did a body slam. Fucked my back up on it, but yeah.
Yeah, people think like after like behind the mat and all that, like these mats are like, you know, like a fucking big old fluffy
Like a
mattress.
big
But the
trampoline,
first
but it's
session
not.
I came in,
but there's-
this dude's like, "Oh yeah, today we're gonna do Death Valley drivers," and like me and my best friend, that was our first session. We're like, "We're gonna do what?" And he's like, "No, not you guys."
right.
And they're like, no, we want to do it.
We wanted to do it though.
All right.
Yeah, but it's still gotta hurt though if you go
Yeah,
time
jumping.
after time after time after time, you're getting slammed on your back on this mat. That's, you know, it's got some cushion to it, but I mean,
Not enough.
not enough. You know, like a gym mat. You know, like it's cushion, but like you
Or a
fall on it,
floor.
it's still gonna fucking hurt.
They say
Yeah.
every time that you bump, which is the fall, every time you hit the mat, that's like equivalent to a 35-mile-an-hour car accident.
Right.
Every time, and you're doing that 9, 10, 12 times a match. Or as me being old, I do it 3 to 4 now.
I mean,
Right.
I'm young, but I'm smart, so I still try to stick to like 3 to 4.
Yeah.
I'm 6'6", so I can probably get away with not doing too many.
Yeah, you should be the one murdering people.
Right.
I like bumping though. It
It-
excites me.
So you try to only make you're saying like 3 to 4 times where you take that hard bump to the ground a match,
Mm-hmm.
and like that includes, you know, sparring and stuff like that too, or whatever, you know, you're practicing. You're not going to take too many of those.
Yeah. Because
No.
eventually,
But
We-
that involves you like as well, you know, springing yourself back on the mat too, right?
mm-hmm.
So you could take like a softer bump if you just kind of went with it.
It's like a lot of these guys, they come in there and like they get punched in the face and they just bang hit the mat as hard as they can. Like, why? I crumble. I'll drop to a knee. If you ever been punched in real life, when do you ever fall flat on your back?
Right.
You know what I mean? Or would
The
you
guy's
stump?
2 feet taller than you and 200 pounds heavier.
Yeah. I mean, like, but you're not gonna fly backwards.
Yeah, like the way that they're
Exactly.
doing it.
Yeah.
Because you're going to punch them, like, say, you know, you give them a hook or something, and then they go flat
Yeah.
on their back.
If you punch me in the face, you know, I'll drop to a knee or like, oh shit, you know,
Stumble
walk away
back.
from you. Yeah. I'm not
Yeah.
gonna right on my back. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Would you think that would add into, like, just being, like, corny? Would you think?
I think it's corny. Like when
The
guys,
corniness factor?
because it's not believable to me.
No, yeah.
If somebody gets punched and they just fly backwards onto their back, like perfectly, you know, like fights are supposed to be gritty, When have you
Yeah.
seen a perfect fight? You know what I mean? Like,
Exactly.
if I get punched in the face, you know, it's like it's gonna hurt, but I'm not gonna like bang on my back unless, like you said, it's some big meathead
Yeah.
Right.
know?
Like,
gives me an uppercut and I Hadouken up off my feet.
Yeah. I mean, there's been like
it's got to be an actual big guy. It can't be one of these dudes that's like
Just a fat
Buff.
guy.
just a slightly bigger than average dude.
Yeah.
Oh,
like,
right.
like
Like the,
I'm slightly bigger than average.
like the Great
for my
Khali or
fight.
something.
Yeah.
Yeah, they gotta be
Boom.
hacking.
Yeah.
Hacking.
I mean, his finisher, he just slapped you in the face.
Right.
Boom.
Yeah.
But like,
Or
a lot
who
of
was
the-
that one I seen that one recent champion? He was like Indian or something. Like he was a big freaking
Jinder
dude.
Mahal?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That dude.
That guy. Oh.
He's pretty big
Nipples.
too,
They don't
Nipples.
bill him like he's big though. It's weird because he is like 6'5", ain't he? He's
Well, it's,
a big dude.
kind of
He's just a big-ass fucking dude.
But then Randy Orton's like 6'5". too.
Yeah.
right? Right.
He's not built like Jinder Mahal is anymore. Back when he was younger, he was big, but
He's
now
always been leaner though.
Man,
Now
Randy
he's-
Orton looks better now than he did when he was a kid.
absolutely.
Yeah.
back when he was
Oh, yeah.
juicing and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. You see him. Yeah. You take the comparisons. You're like, holy shit, dude.
Or
It's
in, like,
crazy.
Edge, like best shape of his life. He's what 45.
Yeah.
He looks incredible.
So
And he's always been in good shape, but like now he's even
Or that
better.
2005 Edge body. You
Yeah.
know, like a fridge.
so you guys remember the Edge and Christian
Yeah.
days? Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Like
Tag team.
watching it.
Mhm.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
I love
And
those guys.
I think the climax for wrestling for me as a fan watching it was the era of Edge and Christian, the Hardy Boys,
The
the
Dudleys.
Dudleys battling it out in these TLC matches.
Sir.
And that was like the highlight of like wrestling for me. That was like we got the pay-per-view for the first time, like for the first one of those matches, and that was back when you had to like go to the cable station and you got a box to bring
Yup.
home.
Yup.
You're like, whoa, what the fuck is this? And then they plug it in the TV, and then you're just like pay-per-view. You're
You
like,
ever try to
holy
like
shit!
pirate it when you get to the right channel? And
Yeah.
we did that for
Yeah.
Royal Rumble. I don't remember. I think it was 2004. I remember RVD and Mr. Ass coming back. Those were the two returns.
Oh, Mr. Ass.
Yeah, and
I'm an ass man.
we were like,
Oh, same.
oh, I was singing that at like 5. But we're like looking for the right channel, and you can like hear people getting eliminated from the Royal Rumble.
Yeah.
Like, oh my God, Mark Henry came out.
Yeah.
Just static on the screen.
That we always went and rented like all the old shit, like at Blockbuster or whatever. We would go in there right to the wrestling section, dude. All the
Yep.
every
Me
like
too.
videotape or DVD or whatever it was, like we're renting them, all of them, and we'd re-rent them.
Oh yeah.
Absolutely.
Couldn't get enough, man. That's how I just like I said, that the ladder matches and shit like that was just insane to me.
I think the one that hooked me was Shane McMahon and Kurt Angle, King of the Ring.
Oh,
Where he's trying to get him
Trying to
to
break the
German
glass.
suplex him through the glass, and he wouldn't go and knocked out Shane a couple times. Like,
yeah.
that was
Shane
I was like,
O'Mac.
this is it.
Ooh.
This is it. Shane was my dude. Like he was like always doing dumb shit, but I was like, I can get behind that.
yeah,
Yeah, I
yeah.
gotta
You
give
like
that
Shane?
dude mad respect. Like he's the son of the boss, so
No
at
chance.
at the end of the day, that dude could have just said, "No, I'm not doing
But
it."
here he is jumping off
Full
Titantron
send.
videos.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I know, right?
Like he straight up could have just been like, "Yeah, no, I'm gonna be a businessman and I'm not gonna wrestle. And my
Yeah.
body's gonna be fine when I'm old." Instead, he was like, "Fuck me up, fam. I don't care."
Well, even when he came back a couple of years ago, like he was doing
Yeah.
the same dumb shit. You know,
He
and
was
he's
like, "I'm old, but I'm still Shane O'Mac, baby."
oh man.
Shane McMahon and AJ Styles and Mania had no right to be that good.
no, not at all.
That's
So-
legitimately one of my favorite wrestling matches.
So do you think it's like, when I remember again watching during my, which is basically like an Attitude Era, I don't remember a lot of like, oh, they're back, you know, to wrestle again. Like they're trying to like bring all these people back. Do you think that's a bad sign for like WWE? I would say from what I've been hearing, it's more like a WWE thing because you have these other ones cropping up that seem to be like taking the storm, but like having to bring all of these just people back, like just
I think
clinging to the past a little bit to bring that back.
I think it depends on who it is, really. Like Brock Lesnar coming back after the last pay-per-view. Like, I thought that was cool.
Oh, Brock Lesnar would be cool. Yeah, he's still definitely
Oh, hell yeah.
ready to go.
They're building him to be the big monster again.
Yeah.
But, like-
fucking love Brock.
But, like,
We got the same
But
haircut.
like Goldberg.
I was
yeah,
just about
Goldberg,
to
like,
say,
that was kind of
me
weird.
too.
Like, why do they keep bringing him back?
Yeah. Like,
And it depends on how they're booked too, and what their intentions are. Like,
oh.
I hear a little static.
Yeah,
Getting
it's from
crazy
the
over there.
but I think
Oh.
it's partially what their intentions are, because like Edge comes back, CM Punk comes back, and those guys are, and Christian's another one who their intention is to put the people over. And Chris Jericho, I think he's the best ever to do that and to pick people and put them over.
And Chris Jericho too. I'm like, this guy
Still going.
still going, and he's like bringing this company like AEW.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like just. And then they just landed that Cage dude.
Which
Brian
one?
Cage.
I don't know
Bunch
that.
of-
Is it Cage? Is it?
There's Brian Cage. He's super big and jacked.
Nope,
He's in
nope,
a-
nope. This is a
Christian
guy that
Cage?
was. No, okay,
Christian
this
Cage
is a
is
guy that
Christian.
was from another like a underground. Well, underground to me, maybe more mainstream wrestling gig, and they did these death matches or something.
Oh,
Nick
Nick
Gage.
Gage.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
yeah, that
Nicky,
dude.
Nicky,
So
Nicky,
I'm like
Nicky.
watching. I've seen these highlights because I went and got I got the Mike Tyson, Roy Jones fight through Fight TV, whatever it is, Fight. So now, like all of a sudden, I was getting these advertisements for this wrestling shit, and I'm like, okay, what the fuck is this? So I go, I'm like, search on their pay-per-view. I've searched this death match whenever I'm watching it. I'm like, wow, like, holy fuck. Like, this is more entertaining to me than WWE is. Like, WWE to me has gotten like, and I don't watch it all the time, but I'd click it on and I'd be like, it's just
It's not the same.
it's not like. But then I'm watching that, and I'm like, whoa, these motherfuckers, like, seems like that's fucking real glass. That's got to be real glass. It's a tricking me. It's either tricking me now or they actually were using real shit. I don't
Well,
know
that-
if you know.
Oh,
that
yeah.
shit is
It was
real.
it.
Yeah,
It was
most of the
real
time-
shit. Yeah.
WWE uses sugar glass, but that shit's expensive.
Yeah. Right.
They got that fuck you money. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
Right.
yeah. WWE is $1 billion company. They can
Right.
afford all the theatrics. Companies like GCW, no, they're using real glass.
Yeah, dude.
Absolutely.
That shit. I'm like, this is cool. And then now he went to that AEW.
Yeah.
So like he's like,
I don't know if he's full time with them.
It was
I-
just
I know
that
he's
one-
I've
doing stuff
seen
with
something
Mods.
I
that
think
he was
that
going
that,
there.
That one shot he did with Jericho with the 5 stages with MJF he was doing. And
That's
then,
pretty cool.
But now, like, Nick Gage kind of, like, blew up even more. Because he's always had a big following since I met him, like, 4 or 5 years ago.
Oh, you got to meet him?
Yeah.
Okay.
I got
And,
a funny
uh,
story about meeting him.
And he seems like super badass on TV. You see this guy, he comes out to the ring, he's got this mosh pit of a crew coming out with him and stuff.
He's fucking
and,
chill.
And he's like pizza cuttering people's faces and shit. But like in the locker room, coolest dude in the room.
Yeah,
Just
Yeah.
so chill. He talks to everybody. He's got that thick accent, like that Philly accent or
Yeah.
Jersey.
Yeah.
You know, and just telling stories like that was really cool. And then like guys like Schlack, who's another deathmatch guy, you know, he's got that like I just smoked a whole pack of Newports voice. You know? And he's this big muscly dude, and he's got like missing teeth and scars all over, tattoos everywhere, and he's like chillest guy in the room until he gets out in front of 500 people, 1,000 people.
Yeah, right.
Oh, dude, that's like
And
when I
then
met
just
Otis
unleashes.
Cogar. He was fucking bottle flipping in the back of
Yeah.
out in the locker room, and I'm sitting there like, is this Otis Cogar doing this stupid meme shit that my brother
TikTok
does?
stuff.
He's friggin' doing bottle flips with a friggin' Aquafina bottle, and I'm like, dude, you're gonna go throw a pig head on somebody in your match, like an actual like pig face, like a legit pig face from a butcher. And this dude's in the back just.
Like,
I'm like, dude, there's no way. This is like to me, if you're seeing like Michael Myers, just like throwing
Doing
darts
bottle
backstage, just like ding, ding. You want to play, bro? Like it
these
makes no
guys are gonna
sense
hear
to
this
me.
podcast and like, bro, you're killing me.
No, dude,
But that's like the fun part about wrestling. You meet all these people, you don't know who they are, and then you see them out in the ring. It's like, oh fuck, you're like a real badass. Like, you know, me, I go out there and you know I try to be one, but these guys are actual badasses, throwing each other through glass and thumbtacks. And, like Tommy Vendetta doing the Lego shit, like pile drivers on Legos and stuff.
Fucking lunatic.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Those guys are badasses. I'm just sitting here going, okay, cool. Yeah, I ain't doing that, but I'll watch you do it.
Right. So what's the how long have you been wrestling then?
I've been doing this 15 years.
I'll come up to the mic a little bit more, or you can move it back there, wherever you're going.
Am I too far?
Yeah, just move it up a little bit. There you go.
There we go.
So how long have you been doing?
15 years.
15 years. So what's the craziest shit that you've ever done and or I don't know. Yeah. What's the craziest you ever done?
Well, when I first started, my tag partner at the time, like we were big into the Dudley Boys stuff, you know, like ECW, and we started getting into deathmatch stuff too. But then like we realized there's no money in it. You know, we're sitting there getting our faces stapled and going through, you know, glass, and we got mailboxes getting smashed on our face and whatever else, bleeding all over the place all the time. And, you know, we're getting paid $20 to do this bullshit. You know, next weekend I do a regular ass match making double the money. I'm like, why am I doing this shit?
Really?
So like I stopped doing the deathmatch stuff and the hardcore. Like I'll do hardcore now, but like when it comes to like, okay, I'm gonna staple your face and light
But now
tubes.
it's gone mainstream, and now I don't know how it's selling on the indies. I wouldn't know, but at least mainstream they're going a lot more deathmatchy.
And that's
Are
the
they?
thing. I think there's a lot of deathmatch wrestling going on. Like there's like 4 promotions in Michigan, I think, that do it.
Death matches?
I've never been paid worse than when I did a death match.
I got
Fact. It was, you and I did that together.
the free.
Do they
fitty.
advertise
Yeah,
exposure?
Yeah,
Well, get massive exposure, dude.
originally it was supposed to be just me and Ace, and then out of nowhere,
the
somebody that
deathmatch
we can't-
champion?
Yeah, somebody that we can't name because he's a scumbag.
Well, if he's a scumbag, why can't you call him out?
The deathmatch champion of this company. He's like, I don't got a match, so I'm gonna get in your match, and then if you guys go get staple guns, you know, just do all the stuff to me because you guys aren't deathmatch guys. Well, then when we get in the meat and potatoes of this match, here next thing I know, I got money getting stapled on my face. He's getting pile driven through barbed wire.
I got
stuff.
stapled like 15 times in that match.
Really?
I got the finish of the match. I took a pile driver onto a barbed wire.
Is there video
chair.
of this? Is there any video?
Yeah.
All right,
And
John. YouTube. What should you type in?
Probably
I
a
don't even
horror
know.
slam. It'd be
No.
What
it's
year?
I
This
only
is
seen
last-
a fan.
last
We gotta
post
see
it.
some. We gotta see some of
So
this
try like Ace Evans versus
shit. Ace Evans, not Jace.
try that with Peter Be Beautiful.
Peter B.
Yep. Beautiful.
Did he really just type the letter B, or is it just the letter B?
Letter B, kind of like.
Oh dang, you got it fucking right.
There it is.
Boom.
Yeah, very first one.
Oh shit.
I get pile driven into a barbed wire
All
chair,
right,
and
here
then
we
this
go.
fucking asshole just pulls me off of it.
Well, then he ends
cut
up.
the fuck out of me with that
Oh, that's loud.
Turn that down a little bit.
shit. Oh,
That's
back
good,
when I
John.
wore tights. Gross.
Is that better?
I was
Is that better?
very new when this happened.
Yeah, you were just baby in this.
Yeah, I wasn't even a year in when this happened. This
You got
was
this-
the
Where?
beginning of last
Where?
year.
That's you right there, right?
So this
That's
is
Sean right there.
Yep.
Okay.
So this is during the pandemic when wrestling wasn't a thing. So this company started doing backyard matches to get around it,
Right. Yeah.
and
Yeah.
it worked because then a couple other promotions started doing it, and it worked.
Yeah.
Because everybody
Realistically, you
was-
could probably skip like 2 minutes ahead because this dude has a long-winded.
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
can
Yeah.
skip
Just tell them where to
this.
skip to. So about
Go to
Like, back
so
like right there.
there.
so this is Peter B. Beautiful.
That's you right there, right? Right
Yep.
here?
This is Jheras in the ring with the blonde hair. This is Peter B. He's the deathmatch champion of this company.
This guy?
Yeah.
Okay. What's his act?
He's like a gay guy.
He's
Okay.
a fake gay guy.
He's
who
fake
fucking
gay
rips
guy?
people off. He's not
So-
actually gay. He's got kids. He's fucking
Really?
got a girlfriend. He fucking
Don't kill the
scams
gimmick,
people.
bro. Don't kill the
No, I
gimmick.
fucking
Just
hate
let
that
me
guy.
let me believe, damn it.
No, that dude's a
It's
piece
real
of
to me.
shit. He
It's
scammed-
real to me.
Man, that asshole scammed so many fucking people.
Hold on, pause this shit. Pause this. Pause this. A fake gay guy.
Yeah, dude.
That's fucked up, man.
yeah.
That's
How are you
how-
about to pose as a fake
But
gay
that's the
guy? It's
thing,
gotta be
like-
a slap in the face of all people that are gay.
But I think that's like the actual real gay people, like Orlando Jordan, and like
they don't have a problem with
like
it.
Canyon. Like when they started getting outed, they started losing their jobs because like, oh, it's just too taboo. But so then they get like Billy and Chuck in there to do the gay thing, and then they,
So what,
got
they
this guy.
want like a gay person?
They want
this
it-
promotion company?
No, this was like WWE had Orlando
Oh,
Jordan,
okay, Lando Jordan. Okay,
and then they
all right, I
had
remember.
Chris
yeah.
Canyon.
Yeah.
And then like once Chris Canyon came out as gay, they're like, oh, this is too much. But then like,
Really?
but they
That was
would
also
bring
like
it.
2005 though.
But then they would
Okay,
bring
all right,
in
yeah, let's put some
yeah.
context to that.
But then they would
2005,
bring in
yeah.
guys like
Yeah.
Billy and Chuck a couple years later to
Yeah.
do the
same gimmick
they're,
basically.
they're the fake gay thing, getting married on TV and stuff.
Oh,
but-
all that shit's fake.
But then when you get real gay people, that's it's too real at that point, and it's just weird to me. Like, dude,
Yeah.
they're just people.
yeah.
Like when AEW came out, and then like they had who's that, Sonny Kiss,
Yep.
and then you got
Nyla Rose.
Nyla
is
Rose, you
transgender.
got what's her name, Juniper. She used to wrestle as Taryn.
Oh yeah, I love her. She's awesome.
Now you got all these real, like actual people that can wave that flag,
Yeah.
not to be, stereotypical or anything, but they can actually wear that and it's believable. And I'd rather if I'm going to watch wrestling and you're going to portray yourself as this gay person or transgender, I would want it to be real, because then I have that emotional connection to that. Like,
Well,
I
yeah,
believe it.
that's what I mean. That's what I mean. Like, if
But,
you're
like-
that's fucking stupid.
But then when you got this guy, he's
Like,
doing-
how does he I'm sorry, I don't want to sit here and dog. I don't know who this guy. Just for the record, I don't know who this guy is. He may be a great fucking dude to everybody. I have no idea, but I just don't get how you can wrap your head around. Like if somebody asks you or you say like what you're, I'm a fake gay dude. How do you do that? Like, I don't know. I think you could be a fake anything else, basically,
Right,
but
like-
not along those lines.
No.
At least nowadays.
yeah,
nowadays.
like I would rather it be,
Real.
Like
real.
if it's humor, like if it's a comedian or something, they do like a gay guy's voice or something, like that's funny, like it's supposed to be humorous. If his act, maybe his act is supposed to be humorous. I don't know.
But when
but-
you're portraying that,
Yeah.
person,
Yeah, that's your persona is I'm gay, and then you go home to your wife and kids. Like what? And maybe he is gay.
Could be. I don't know.
That'd be fucked
I'm
up
sorry.
if he was an actual gay guy who was pretending to be a guy who was
Yeah,
pretending to be a
dude.
gay guy.
I'm
Maybe
the dude
this is
playing
how
the
he
dude
gets it
disguised
out.
as
The
another
mental
dude.
gymnastics.
Maybe he gets this.
if there was anybody who could do some mental gymnastics like that, it would be him though.
Yeah, right. I don't know, but maybe.
I mean,
Yeah.
I did eventually get my $60 back. But hey, how many other people fucking got screwed out of hundreds of dollars? I was just smart and only let him
Oh,
have
dude.
$60.
So here we are getting stapled.
Yeah. So let's go
Sorry
back to
that I
the
derailed
go
that.
back to the 2-minute 30 mark or whatever. Is that
Well,
what
you
it
can
was?
start it from here.
Oh,
Actually.
you can.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah. You can direct us to the good shit.
I go on random tangents.
Like
I
I
don't
think
care.
so.
This is
Right
funny.
here, Jheras has money stapled on him.
Oh yeah, I was told I wasn't gonna get stapled.
You say it's
Fucking-
just too much.
Oh, he said grab more and staple it to my chest.
Oh.
Did you just call out what part you want?
Yeah, the guy,
The
the
guy
guy
recording-
recording it even says like, did he just call that out loud?
So
I
that
walked by
one-
and at one point he even says like, hey, Jheras, Peter's really calling these spots out really loud. And I'm like, shut up, don't tell him that.
Right.
This is a fan recording though, so that's why.
Oh, okay.
Was that Antonio?
Did he
No,
just call that
was,
out?
God, I forgot his fucking name.
You're like, no, for real, no.
Right, my balls, dude, balls.
I'm sitting there like, oh, hey, that's hilarious. He got stapled, not me.
Look at her face.
She's mortified.
We did this for all of like 15 to 20 people.
Right?
And then like 30 wrestlers.
And the neighbors.
I'm just like trying to blend into the crowd. Like I'm not
Yeah, you
fucking
are
here.
over there.
He's
like,
hiding
what are
because
you
he doesn't
doing,
want to
bro?
get stapled.
He doesn't
still.
want
Like,
to
what the fuck is going on over here?
Look at you're still trying to act like you're still doing
like,
it.
ah,
You're still
yeah.
doing the hurt thing.
This is
I'm just sitting there
short.
going, hurt.
Oh yeah, you fucking. That's for real, dude.
Oh,
Ah,
Oh no.
ah.
I
Fuck
started yelling
that.
at the audience. 'Cause there's
How much
blood
you
on
gonna
my
say you get
kendo
paid for this?
stick.
That
20
one
bucks?
we didn't get paid
We
anything.
got paid a hot $3.50. We got a
$3.50.
thanks for your time, brah.
Well, because originally, like, we were doing these because we weren't wrestling anywhere.
Yeah.
And
right.
It
So
was
we
originally
didn't care about
supposed.
the free fitty.
It was supposed to
It's
be just
exposure.
Jheras and I. And Jheras and I had this like nice cute match
fuck
we were
that.
gonna do.
Stapled me in the
And then,
dick.
and then this guy came in, and here we are.
Oh, so where's the barbed wire? Where's when you get pile driver?
That'll be the end, the last move.
Let's go to the pile driver.
He actually stapled
So
me.
it should be probably
Yeah.
the 13-minute mark, I would imagine.
About the 13-minute.
You're like actually fucking bleeding.
Oh man, I was.
Start
That's
right
like
there.
right.
Well, it didn't help that I was drinking before, so my blood's all thin and shit.
Yeah, I didn't
Yeah, you
have
got
that
some
problem.
blood there.
So I'm all
Ooh.
juicing everywhere like an asshole during a pandemic.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, my trainer was not happy.
Same. But one of my trainers is in the match though, so.
You didn't even.
Wait, what do you want me to do?
Yeah.
He started talking to me, so I was like, wait, what the fuck? What? Okay.
Oh.
It's also like 100 degrees out during this too.
Right.
Oh yeah, hot as balls.
So how much communication did you guys have before this match about
Decent.
what you're gonna do?
Decent, yeah. A lot of this, what we're doing, is kind of out there, just doing it. What are you doing, Jheras?
I was gonna go for a pedigree.
Not today. Oh no!
Oh.
I'm so happy he didn't break my fucking neck with that.
You're right.
Doesn't even
Oh,
pick
he
me all the way
taps
up.
out.
He tapped out. He said.
Or he's not tapped out. He kicked out. What the fuck?
Dude,
here's
that
this-
mat was so fucking hot. 'Cause it's
Yeah.
black
It's got
and
the
100
chair.
degrees out. So every time I touched it, I'm like, holy
Did
shit,
he even
this is
tell
hot.
you he was gonna do this, or was it just like surprise, motherfucker?
No, he told me it was gonna be a
He's
pile
getting the barbed
driver.
wire out, setting
He
it on
was
the
like,
chair.
yeah, you're not even gonna touch it. You're gonna bounce right off of it. And
Uh-huh.
he dragged me across it and cut the hell out of my back.
He
in
got
like
it worse than
15
me.
different places.
Ooh.
I got a scar on my back still from this.
Oh no. Here we go.
Oh, here we go. Suck it. Your hair's stuck
Oh
in it.
yeah. Ah.
Hair was all in that.
All in that shit. You're like, fuck it, dude.
Woo!
All right. All right. So, how you feeling over there?
So there's a better match.
better
There's
than
a
they
better
were.
match that's got me and Ace in it. There's that one where. Well, there's actually a lot of them that are better than that got you and I in it. There's just some of them are complicated and confusing.
Do you want to grab another round of beers?
Sure.
If ever, hey, do you guys need another one? Or?
Yeah, if you're offering, sweet.
Sure. Yeah, that's. I just like, yeah, you're like, you got paid nothing. I'm like, man, like now I feel like when I got paid nothing at a gig playing music, like that ain't nothing compared to that for getting paid nothing.
Right?
And that's why I don't do this stuff. Like all these people are like, oh, well, I make such good money on it. But after, like, there's a couple guys I know that do the glass stuff, and they still got glass in their arms and stuff, and that's starting to, the skin's pushing it out finally.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Or wood or whatever else that's inside their skin.
I don't.
I already had to
plan
deal
on
with
doing
that
it
for my
at
friggin'
all.
regular job before this shit and pass.
It's
Yeah.
just-
I've
it's-
roofed for 8 years. I've had wood push itself out of my fingertips before.
Ugh.
Nope, don't want to do that no more.
It's just to the point where, like, I'm 34. I'm trying to think of when I'm 50, and I got two kids right now. And I'm like, do I want to walk when they're old enough to want to do stuff?
Right.
Right.
And that I don't think is my path. That was just like a once and never again.
Yeah.
I just wanted a match with Ace because every other time we've had a match, something has happened to where we can't just have a fucking match.
Just
Like
gets
every
weird.
time that it's supposed to be like his tag partner, my tag partner, him and me, it ends up being like, okay, here's another tag team thrown in, or like here's another partner for each team, or here's 2 more teams and you guys get a total of 5 minutes. Or,
Yeah, that crazy 9-man tag we did or whatever.
yeah, the one where we
Oh.
ended up in a giant headlock and then the fucking ref gave us all a stunner. Yeah.
That's some PWG shit. I love it.
That was
Oh,
Dude,
man.
it was cool. Like we got one of the coolest reactions of all the matches that we've had together
bet.
from the dumbest spot. It was so funny. It was his idea too,
And that's
I
why
come up
feel
with
you
all
don't
the
have
dumb
to do
shit.
the
and it
deathmatch.
always works too. Like I gotta just listen to you more, and I'll get better reactions. That's why I started
Gentlemen,
coming-
we have
that-
this on record.
That's why I started coming to your classes.
It's magic.
That's why I started coming to your classes.
Well, that's kind of what you're looking for. Like for me, like if I were to like jump like head first back into wrestling, that's what I'm gonna be looking for. Is like the best fucking like I don't even care about the whole match. Just it's got to be a good like a what outcome. Not one every time where you're like what because why did they do that, but like a whole what the fuck, like looking for more of the storyline because I know what's going on. I'm not 12 years old anymore.
Right.
So now I'm gonna be. I would be looking for more of that good storyline.
That's
You know
like
what I mean?
my whole goal because, growing up, I first started watching wrestling in the Attitude Era. When wrestling to me was at its peak.
Right.
This is when there's a lot of storylines. A lot of people sometimes shit on the actual like perfectionism of the moves and shit. It
Yeah.
doesn't matter though. It's the story. It's the way you connect with people. Everybody now is focused on the moves. They're focused on hitting people.
How many
a bunch
times
of
can I
times.
flip in this match?
Yeah,
Yeah,
They're
right.
focused on making it look like fucking Cirque du Soleil or some shit out there, like a
You gotta
ballet
save it
routine.
like Eddie Guerrero would do, and then do the the
Yeah.
frog splash at the end. You're like, oh, here he goes! Finally, he's up there, and he's getting. You know what's about to come.
It's
It's
like-
not like he's doing 50. Yeah, like you said, 50 different things like
It's
that.
like a lot of my matches. I would rather it look more raw because if I like we were talking about earlier, if I'm in a real fight, it's not gonna be choreographed pretty.
Right.
Exactly.
I want it to look ugly.
right.
Yeah.
You
Just
know.
beautifully fall.
Yeah.
Modern wrestling says what's the most acrobatic, choreographed shit we can do, and it pisses me off because that's not how fights work. And like I honestly blame it on the fact that I like at this point I think maybe 60-70% of wrestlers haven't been in an actual fight before outside of the wrestling ring. And that's why they don't realize that half the shit they do doesn't look like a real fight.
Right.
And I hate that. Like, yeah, I'm new. I don't really have a lot of experience. I don't have, like, a place to, like, voice my opinion right now. But god damn it, this shit needs to start looking fucking real.
I don't
No,
have
I
a
mean,
place
that's
to
a
voice
valid-
my voice, but I'm gonna do it right now though, motherfuckers.
Yeah,
Motherfuckers.
you get what I mean? I'm new, so, like, I'm not supposed to voice my opinion. I'm
No,
supposed
you're-
to just kind of sit back and observe for now and do the whole, like,
That's how I feel.
mouth
young
closed,
boy.
ears open kind of thing.
Yeah.
But, like,
But a valid opinion, like valid, like that's valid as fuck. Like
Yeah.
like that's a good ass opinion. Like we got to make this like work together to make it a thing that people just got to come watch. What's gonna happen next? Like you said, like the ref
And
all of
doing
a
it
sudden gets
over a long
involved.
period of time, like long-term storytelling.
Yeah, long term. You got to
Was-
think
Hell
about
yeah.
years
Right.
down the road. Like who's gonna be champion?
When you look at something like Johnny Gargano and Tommaso Ciampa that went for 5-6 years and just beautiful, but they had that time to develop that. But
Yeah.
now the main roster of WWE, they're like, okay, let's just put together a storyline in a night and feed it to them on a pay-per-view. And it just,
Right.
It's kind of like almost that indie feel, like when you're at a show and you travel all the time, like nobody's gonna know who I am, so we gotta tell the story that night,
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's true.
and that's kind of like what it feels like.
Yeah.
Where they actually are televised, 4 nights a week, and they can draw out storylines.
but
Yeah.
that's
Right.
not what they should be doing because they're weekly on international television. Everyone's seen what they've been doing, and now they're seeing
And that's
the
why
same
people
old
are
shit
like,
every
what the
week.
fuck? A
Exactly.
lot. You see that a lot. Like the people that are on my friends list that watch it, they're like, what the fuck are they doing again? And I'll just like watch like the highlights. So I'll be like, oh, I'll go to YouTube. Like that's how I seen the Edge and Randy Orton fight. I was like, oh, let me
Hell
go.
yeah.
I'll watch that. But then, like you're saying, he may be in the best shape of his life, but man, in that match, he looked like he was like, why the fuck am I doing this? Maybe he wasn't, but I looked at him. I was like, man, that motherfucker, dude. I remember him. Again, when I was a kid, flying off ladders and shit, and like spearing people onto the fucking ring, and he's still doing that crazy shit now. Like, yeah, you got injured. Of course you did.
You should probably take it easy, bud.
Exactly. Like maybe take a chair shot. Be the guy that comes out there with the microphone. Take a chair shot. And be like, oh, and then you do your match, whatever.
Between Jeff Hardy and even like Nick Gage, who's old as shit too.
Is he really? How old is he?
He's in his 40s, right?
Is he?
Yeah,
Okay.
I want to say he's like 45.
I don't know. He's
guess.
bald,
That's
so you
what
can't tell
43,
sometimes.
45, something like that.
I'm bald too. I got bald head.
Yeah, that's what I mean. You can't tell sometimes. How old are you? Are you really old? Or are you actually not old? I don't know. Yeah. So.
Actually, met Nick Gage once. It was weird.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. You're Nick
The
Gage
we
story.
promoter of
Totally
that, Briar Wellington, the promoter of that
Horse.
company of the match that we just showed, he introduced me to Nick Gage at GCW in Indiana one time.
Oh, I
And
remember
when we walked up to him, we were helping set up, and he goes, hey, Nicky, I want to introduce you to my son. And I'm sitting there going, what the fuck did you just say? It's like, did you just fucking tell him that I'm your kid?
Well, you kind of look alike, blonde hair.
But
He's
dude,
gonna punch
I
me in
don't.
the throat.
The problem is though is I don't.
thinking that.
You know, like, dude, love the guy, but man, I was not expecting that shit.
Right.
I was so thrown off. I was like, oh,
What the?
nice to meet you,
Just sell it.
Nicky.
Yeah. Just sell it.
And I was
Sell
like,
it.
yeah,
Work
yeah,
it.
man.
It's just a gimmick, brother. Just
Yeah, I
Yeah,
was like,
just
okay,
sell
I'll
it.
go with this.
do it. Jheras Wellington.
Dude, he looks at me and he goes, Nick Gage looks at me, he goes, you Briar's son? And I was like, yes, sir, I am. You're goddamn right.
Yes.
You're goddamn right.
Shook my
Goddamn
hand.
You
Shook my
spit.
hand, gave me a hug, and I was like, man, this is fucking weird. This dude robbed a bank before.
All right,
I'm
brother.
pretty sure this guy's committed murder once or twice.
Yeah, that's funny how they like advertise that too. Like when he's coming out, like
Yeah.
the dude that robbed. Yeah, what did they say? What did they say exactly?
The
You
dude
know?
that robbed that one PNC that one time.
Yeah. I don't know. I thought it was like what?
I mean, dude, he's still cool as hell. Like, I
How's
gotta
that
say,
gimmick,
like,
though?
at least top
He's
five,
using it.
like backstage, outside of character, top 5 people I met.
I liked him.
Yeah, he
Liked
was
him a
cool
lot.
as fuck.
But AEW would have to be like his climax so far, right? If he gets on there, that would
I
have to be
think
his
so.
highest
I
point.
think-
Do you think he'd ever drop that gimmick of the? Well, at least
Nah.
at least announcing the part about robbed a bank and stuff. Do you think he'd leave that out? Keep this gimmick of the badass, but like leave that part out.
I think that sells the gimmick more.
Yeah.
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 I think it
I mean, it
sells
does.
the whole package of the badass of what Nick Gage is. I think it sells it more. I mean, anybody can look him up, and see
Yeah.
what, like how he's been introduced before, but like on national television to be advertised the way he is everywhere else he goes. I think that sells it better, especially
Right.
when he was doing the match with Jericho and he was doing the 5 stages of hell or whatever it was called.
Right.
And they had to build Nick Gage to be the biggest badass doing this death match with Chris Jericho, who's not a death match guy. And for them to put him over like that, I think built him up more.
And he's being the nicest guy who's had his demons, why not utilize those demons and use them to your advantage and build that
Right.
character?
I mean, shit. The Usos get locked up
He got arrested.
once
Like,
every 6 months or some shit.
Uso Penitentiary.
Yeah.
Damn.
I wonder why it's got their name on it. Probably because they're there so fucking much now.
Yeah. So how long ago was that match again that we watched?
that was last summer.
Oh,
Yeah.
You said
Yeah, it was like a
pandemic.
year
you
and a
said
half.
pandemic.
Yeah,
So that
2
was,
years probably.
and you didn't get paid shit for it.
No.
Nah.
Well, the money that we stapled on each other, we were supposed to split at the end. But brother that did the finish on Jheras, he split his hand open. And he's like, well, I got to go get stitches now, so I need this money.
Oh.
So he took the money, but then he never got the stitches. I think he just super glued it.
Oh.
In fairness, I also supplied like 2/3 of the weapons.
But that's okay.
I bought
though.
the staple gun and I brought the kendo stick.
But that's okay. Though. Like, all the blood that was on that money, like, I don't even think I'd want it in my wallet anyway.
No.
Saw that gross.
Yeah, come
I'm
on.
alright with blood money.
Right.
Right,
Vince
but
McMahon is.
It's a weird way
We
to
don't-
weird though.
I mean, we don't know where we've been. You know what I mean? We don't know where we've been.
Wait, isn't Crown
don't
Jewel
know.
in like a couple weeks?
Dude, I'm in. You think if we fly there?
My God, this is getting worse.
Why did we bring Jheras to this thing?
I'll leave my box cutter at home.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, yeah, he showed up. So, like, the other day I found out there was going to be. So, at first it was supposed to be you and your tag partner. But your tag partner couldn't be here
Yeah.
because he got a new job. So, I was like, okay, it's going to be one person. And then he was like, okay, I'm going to bring. Somebody. What is your name again? God damn, I forgot.
Well, I
Just
told
drew
you, I said,
just
hey, I'm gonna-
Jheras.
I was gonna
Sean.
bring
What is it
Jheras.
again?
Zach.
Zach. Okay, yeah. You're like, I got my Zach. But is it spelled? Well, what's your last name?
Wilkins.
Wilkins. What the hell did you say to me? Did you say his
Did
stage
you say my
name?
work name?
I said, I'm bringing one of my students, Jheras, who wrestles as Jheras Grey, with
That
me.
was me.
Oh, that's what you said. But you said somebody you're training.
Yeah.
You're still training. Okay, you're still in training. How long have you been
No,
wrestling?
I've been out of training.
We
for like,
cleared him.
I mean,
well,
I still.
He's like, nah.
I still show up. I still show up for training.
Yeah, you're sparring.
periodically, 'cause
you
Sparring.
have
How long
to.
have you been wrestling though?
2.5 years.
2.5 years.
But I
and
was-
You have you had a match yet?
Nope.
You're still in training.
he just came back after pandemic. He just came back.
Okay, so
Jheras,
when
had
you
probably-
introduced you as a trainer, I was like, oh yeah, he's the one that came.
So,
Okay.
Jheras, I think I had 90% of hands-on with him before the other coaches came in.
Yeah.
Okay.
And,
And
then,
then Aaron and XJ over time. And then kind of just a combination of the three.
Okay, I forgot where I was going with that, but I had to straighten that out in my head. I'm like, fuck.
yeah. well, I had put up a thing that was like, hey, I'm going to be on this podcast, with Kyle, and, it's a 2.5 hour one-way drive. I was like, anybody want to go on a scenic, beautiful drive to Holland?
Scenic, beautiful drive.
Yeah, because it's all back roads for me,
Okay.
so like we barely were on the expressway except for at the end.
Oh, all
and
right.
so it's all back roads and horses and cows and shit,
Right.
So Jheras
Castles.
was like, "Hey, I want to go." I was like,
Shit,
"Okay,
I'm
come
German.
on."
I'm in.
And then Zach's like, "I'll go for the ride," not expecting to get a microphone or anything because we didn't know what we were walking into.
Right.
So
See, that's why I asked you at first. I was like, all right, so you're a wrestler too, right? You're probably like, yeah, I didn't tell you about me. I was thinking you were the one because you said training. Okay. Yeah. So,
yeah,
I mean,
he
you
just
didn't
came
think I was
back.
21. I pulled off the young guy.
yeah, the young guy. Yeah, I can train. Yeah, I'm like, can you drink
Are you old enough for this beverage?
for these adult beverages? Get sheet faced.
That's fucking sweet.
I know, right? I was like, oh, dude.
Where'd you get that?
Oh, hell.
All right, John, you got to go around the room. Yeah, everybody's saying trick or treat. All right, start with Sean.
I gotta say trick or treat.
Yeah, you got to say trick or treat.
Trick or treat.
Dude, grab a piece of candy.
Oh yeah.
All right, now we'll go to Zach.
Trick or treat.
He even knocked on the door. What a gentleman.
Yeah, he and I. Yeah.
I just yelled.
Cheers.
Trick or treat.
Smell my
I
feet.
didn't knock
Give me something good.
anywhere near loud.
Oh,
enough.
yeah.
If you
Oh,
don't,
yeah.
I don't
It's
care.
supposed to be like.
Oh, dude, who grabbed the Kit Kat? Oh, dude.
You want to trade?
No,
You want
I'm
to trade?
good. Yep. Only reason why I did that is because I'm splicing it all together with the next guests that are coming on too for a Halloween thing.
Oh, fun.
Yep.
Sweet.
Yep. Sounds like something my wife would come up with, right? I'm like, you know what? That's actually a pretty good idea.
We got this nice cheap plug here. Thanks,
yeah,
wife.
Yeah, thanks. Yep. I'm going with the Hershey's. Oh.
Oh, man.
Yeah. So you said, I heard you mention that you've been going on like the road a lot or whatever. So like, how far have you traveled to go wrestle?
So, pandemic happened. I didn't lose my job. It was like a temporary layoff.
Mm-hmm.
So I screen print on the side. I make most merchandise for all the wrestlers
Damn, how
in
many
Michigan.
screen printers have I had in here?
Probably a shit ton. Well, the funny thing was like anything else in wrestling, you have to wait for things. Like wrestling gear takes like 8 months, and it pisses me off because by the time I get it, I might be going a different direction with what I'm going for at the time.
Right.
So like T-shirts, oh, you have 4 weeks. Oh, I gotta wait 4 weeks, and I'm paying,
Yeah.
So like, I did one show, and the it's my home base, Pure Pro Wrestling. They did a deal like, hey, if you sell this many tickets, you get X amount of money. Kind of like a incentive.
Right.
So I made enough money to start up my own thing just for me, because I was being selfish and I wanted to make my own shit.
Right.
But then people started seeing what I was doing, and they're like, hey, will you make me stuff? I was like,
Hell yeah.
I guess, and then
Hell yeah.
it evolved from there, where people wanted more and more and more and more detailed, more like what you're wearing. And I'm like, fuck, I don't know how to do that. So here we buy this screen printer, and we're learning how to do it, from home. And my wife nailed it before I did, because she's smart and I'm big dum-dum. But, so anyway, long story long, I lost my job and I was still screen printing. And then I think like pandemic was the best thing to happen to me wrestling wise, because when that happened, like I was working Monday through Friday, 6 a.m. to 3 p.m. And then sometimes I'd have to work weekends. So I
Right.
couldn't really go too far. Plus, I just had a baby, so I didn't want to be too far anyway.
Right.
But then when she got a little bit older, more independent, didn't want me around, so,
Yeah.
we had an opportunity, my tag partner and one of my, we have a girl in our group, Hannah Henderson, and Chuck Whedon and I were like, hey, there's an opportunity to go to Texas. Fuck it, let's go. We paid the money. We knew we weren't going to make a lot of money there,
Right.
but it was an opportunity.
Yeah.
And
Treat
then-
it like a little mini vacay.
Yeah,
like
we
we'll go
had
here, check
fun.
out Texas,
We went to like,
go wrestle.
we went to all the touristy shit.
Oh, right.
And they're like, well, you guys came the farthest. We're going to put the tag belts on you. I'm like, dope. Okay.
The tag belts.
Yeah. And it's
Okay.
like, this thing is called AIWF. It's kind of like modern day NWA, where anybody can be part of it. And then like more promotions, the more you wrestle at them, the more others will see you and the more they'll bring you in, kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
And so we went and won those titles. And then I had the opportunity for WrestleMania week to go wrestle down in Florida for crab wrestling. And that was
So what's crab wrestling? Explain
It's
that.
just nothing. It's just the name. They called it crab wrestling
Okay.
because they're
So
from
it's-
what, Maryland?
Yeah.
So they're from
Wrestled for
Maryland.
them. That's the furthest I went was Maryland.
It's a
Okay.
Maryland-based promotion, so crabs, So
Okay. All right.
so
So it's basically the same though. The wrestling.
Yeah,
The
just-
wrestling is like the same.
Yeah, it's just the
crab
name.
wrestling. Okay.
So my buddy Verdi, he was going. He's like, hey, you want to go with me? He's the Drag King Logan, and he had a big title. He was going for the heavyweight title. He's like, you want to go with me? I was like, sure, whatever. And then I'm really cool with the promoter, and he's like, oh, I got a match for you. He's like, I got one of my guys that like looks kind of like you. I'll team you up in our tag team tournament. Okay, cool. So I did that, and that made another connection because Gary, he's from Virginia. So now he's making contacts. I was just in West Virginia last weekend with him.
Just this past weekend.
Yeah. Well, not a couple days ago, but the week before.
Right.
So I was in West Virginia, and then Texas, and then we've been going in and out of Ohio, which isn't that big of a deal, but
Right, but
it's
still.
fun. So we were supposed to go to New York, but that got flaky, and
Ooh, New York. Yeah.
yeah, and then we were supposed to go to Wisconsin, but that got flaky too. But miles wise, like this past year has been the most I've traveled almost every weekend somewhere outside of Michigan,
Really?
where I was only wrestling in the state. Now I'm getting out.
Yeah, spreading that name out
And
there.
then my tag partner from Virginia, he just messaged me this morning. He's like, "Hey, send me our match that we just had, because I might have opportunity in Pennsylvania, Florida, and Virginia." So, okay, cool. So I gotta send him that when I get home.
Right.
Nice.
And then I might have a foot in the door at another promotion in Pennsylvania. I just was talking to them a couple days ago. So, like, I'm starting to move more now. So, even though, like, the past 2 years kind of sucked balls in real life, like, professionally, I think it was, like, the best thing to happen to me.
Right. So, how does a belt system get established at all? Like, for you say Pure Pro Wrestling is your base.
Mm-hmm.
Is there a belt system there?
So we have the Michigan State heavyweight title. We got the Michigan State tag titles. We have I think he calls it the Continental title.
Yeah, there's a continental title
So-
and a cruiserweight.
And then the cruiserweight.
So what does that mean for all of any other promotion companies? Like you say, you have that belt.
No.
Is it just a Pure Pro thing?
Yes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So like you have your own belt. So there's going to be another company. Like what did you say? The horror slam is that?
Horror Slam has their own titles.
They have their own titles.
Like everybody has their own, except the only one that was like kind of letting you do whatever with their belts was Total Chaos Wrestling.
Okay.
And
Total Chaos.
which Peter B. Beautiful, that was in the match, he was part of that.
Okay.
But whoever had a title, they could take it wherever they want and defend it. And that was kind of the cool part of that show, was that they were trying to get some legacy built, I guess.
Right. And then crossing over into other promotional companies and stuff like that.
I think the only like belts that kind of matter, I don't want to say matter, but like IWTV is really big right now. It's like independent wrestling TV.
Okay.
And there's like a gajillion shows on there, but like the more belts that you as a person have on each IWTV sanctioned show, the more popularity you build, the more they move you up to the higher tier matches, just like anything else. So I think that's like kind of what people have eyes on right now, is like IWTV is like the big thing right now.
And then where do you find that? Is that on cable?
That's like an app.
Okay,
You get
an
on
app.
your Roku for $10 a month.
Okay.
Yeah,
And then,
or,
like-
Google Chrome. Even.
Oh, you can just can you just search it and watch it on the internet?
That's what I usually
This
do.
is $10 a month there.
$10 a month, yeah, and then it's got shows from here to other countries.
Yeah, I got
to-
Roku though, so.
Yeah.
I got it just to watch my own matches.
Really? So it'd have like matches with you guys on there. So
Yeah,
like,
we're on there a couple times.
So is
Actually,
it
got a match this Saturday that's going to be on there.
is it live?
Some of them are.
sometimes.
Some of them are. Like
No.
Mr. Chainsaw up in Kalkaska, those are live.
Okay.
And then there was,
Now is it good quality?
Wait, that's live?
I think some of them
Oh,
are.
so I guess I'm going to be live Saturday then.
Dang.
I think some of
Good
them are,
plug.
and some are pre-recorded.
Oh,
Okay, right. Is it like a Facebook live? Like
No,
off
it's like
of-
you go right on the IWTV app,
Okay.
and you click on streaming now, and then it'll pop up like a menu of all the live shows
Feeds.
from all around. Yeah, from all around. And they're like, oh, well, I really want to watch.
That's what I mean. Like, so when you're watching it though, is it like somebody has their phone
No,
recording it live, or
Most
is
of
it
the people
like
that are doing the lives and stuff, they have like a good setup.
good ass? Yeah.
Like they
Okay.
have a nice,
So like we're set.
yeah, like a nice solid roam cam, a nice solid hard cam.
Yeah.
You know, so it's not like like shitty
Yeah,
like angle
right.
camera.
Right. That's fucking cool.
Fucking portrait mode.
Yeah, that's what I mean,
You're
right?
watching it, you got the big black bars on the side
Yeah,
of the screen,
right.
like,
Oh.
Oh, that happened last weekend in Battle Creek.
really?
Somebody was live.
on IWTV.
No, this was on
Okay.
Facebook Live. Somebody was like trying to help.
Yeah.
You know, instead of having the phone sideways. They
Oh.
had it
And
this
you're
way.
just like,
So we're sideways on the, and
Oh,
a couple guys are cutting a
jeez.
promo in the ring and they're sideways.
oh
so
no.
From my Facebook, I'm like, turn the camera around.
Right. So that was was that a pretty big turnout there? Was that a good show?
Yeah, there was like 600 people there.
Okay. Is that like huge? Is that
For
'cause 600 people? If I ever play, I've may have played in front of 600 at 21 row, but like 600 people, that's a fucking lot.
That's a lot of people.
It's
Like
pretty good for
most,
indie
like you
wrestling.
see at indie wrestling, like because there's so
30
much.
people.
Like some, well,
Right,
some
yeah,
show,
that's how it was for me jamming too.
It's
It
like
was
some
30 people.
shows are 30, some are like 100, maybe 150,
Yeah.
or like standing room only, which is whatever capacity, like 200 people in a building.
Yeah.
Right.
But like the bigger shows, you know, like AEW in Chicago, you know, they have like 400 consistently.
Oh.
Yeah.
Or like War Wrestling in Ohio, they have like 600 to 800 people
Yeah,
regularly.
pre-pandemic, they're pulling 1,000 people.
1,000 people
Shit.
every single month.
Mm-hmm.
And that's good.
Yeah, apparently, it's really hard to get in there too.
That's a hard one because you know they built their roster, you know, so like
Yeah.
gotta hook up their guys, you know, which is understandable. They,
Right.
They help build that.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah. No, yeah, you gotta keep promoting from within, or just working those guys, to help build it. Obviously, if they built it that far, like, you know, what the hell are they doing wrong now? How long would you say of a build that's been?
They've been around 20 years.
20 years.
So yeah, pre-pandemic, it was like even when I was going like as a young boy, like 12 years ago, it was like 800 deep in there, you know. And
Damn.
I'm like, you know, because you know you go to you're so used to seeing these shows with like family and friends, your wife, your girlfriend, or whatever, you know what I mean, like 10 people in the crowd. But then you step into that, and it's like, oh, this is big time, you know.
Right.
Yeah.
Like
the
we
whole
did-
energy shifts.
We did Pure Pro Wrestling in Freeland at the high school, and that was 1,000 deep in there.
Oh, yeah.
And we had Marcus Corvon or Monty Brown. He was there, and he was the coach at that school. So like when I got alpha bombed by him, you know, 1,000 people like, yeah, kick his ass, because they hated me, right?
Right, yeah.
They hated me, you know. So
My brother
was the
got to
coolest
train
shit.
with him, like amateur wrestling. My little brother, and Monty was doing a seminar. It was like a 4-hour seminar. And my little brother got to train with him. He said it was the coolest shit because we grew up. Well, at least I grew up with Monty Brown, not him. He was like a baby, but like the pounce and yeah,
yeah,
Right.
Monty
That
Brown
is
was
the guy
cool.
that came up with the pounds.
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, Monty Brown was
Yeah.
like the head trainer at the gym that I was going to, and like I didn't want to be that guy. Like, hey, Monty Brown, nice to meet you. I'm a pro wrestler. I'm a pro wrestler too, guy. You know, so like, yeah. And because he's got, you know, he was personally training people, you know, and I didn't want to interrupt their time. They're paying for that, you know. So
Right.
after a while, he started seeing me wearing indie shirts, like indie promotion logo shirts. Like, who are you? He came up
Yeah.
to me like, who are you? And then after that, you know, we talked all the time, and then we did that spot at Freeland, and like he's like, I trust you. I'm gonna give you this move, and I know you're not gonna hurt me, and I'm not gonna hurt you. Perfect.
Right. That's cool. Yeah, that's fucking Freeland. Yeah, that's not too far away from Bay City either.
No,
Yeah.
it's like 20 minutes from Bay City.
Yeah, I remember. Yeah, so is that like a common like type of venue?
No, that was a one-off. Like it was a fundraiser for the football team, I think.
Are most of them like outside like that?
No, that was inside the gym.
No, outside like the one that we watched, where you guys fucking got stapled.
Oh, or a lot
In
of
the
shows
nuts.
outside. Summertime, yes. Summertime, there's a lot of outdoor shows, and it makes me sad because it's either really, really blazing hot, and most shows they want the black canvas because you can't see dirt on that, but 90
Right.
degrees beaming on that for 8 hours.
Oh,
It's like,
Yeah, it's
you know,
miserable.
just the
like,
heat radiating from it.
a couple weeks ago, we're at Sumner, and I had to do a run-in and beat
God.
up Danny Astro, you know, and he's like laying on the map just sizzling. I'm like, so I pick him up, I'm like, get up, good, get up off this mat, breathe, you know, don't burn, because I've been there where like, I wrestled. No shade, it was all sun, no shade, no cool weather. It was just blazing hot, like 98 degrees.
Oh,
And black canvas, and my tag partner and I were like, okay, well, let's just, you know, do a cute match with these guys. Well, every time they go to pin us, we're like, fuck. You know, that's hot.
yeah, that's hot.
Well, like, Andrew Lee at the time wasn't wearing shoes. He was,
Ooh,
so he ended up getting 2 or 3 degree burns on his feet,
ooh.
you know, and he had to go go to the hospital because he burnt the shit out of himself. You know, so like,
Yeah, you
and then
gotta
like
keep that gimmick going.
Right? Yeah. No
and then,
shit.
And then like some shows, like
some
we did
goddamn
that
socks
Great Lakes
on.
Wrestling last, what was that, March or April, and it was like 36 degrees outside.
Oh.
And we're like,
yeah.
we thought it was inside. You know, like, oh no, it's not. It's outside. It's winter time, brother.
It's winter time, brother.
You know what
I wasn't there for that one. That was the
Damn,
one,
dude.
Tommy O'Ryan deal. that guy pissed me off when we were in
So who's that?
negotiations
So
with that. So
who's
I was
Tommy
like, no.
O'Ryan?
Oh no. That was a one-off gimmick for a day.
So-
That got a
So
guy
you
in
guys-
a lot of trouble.
Oh yeah. So there was. I'll tell the story because I don't give a shit. So, there's
I
this.
just don't want Papa Aaron
didn't know
mad
it
at me.
was.
No, like, I don't think he even cared. It was.
I don't
some of the other guys
know.
that
I don't
did.
want to risk it.
But
I don't know. I don't want to risk.
What Death Threat Army is like the big group in Michigan. Like they're the must see, must watch, must go. I gotta go watch these guys because you don't know what they're gonna do.
What did you say?
Death Threat Army.
Death Threat Army.
And like, so it's like military based, but only a couple of them. Like Aaron's Army. I think Jamie Hall is Army. Tommy Vendetta, he is Marine, but I think the other guys aren't any part of it. But they're all so athletic that they mesh well together.
Right.
Well, anyway, there's this one guy, one of my other kids. He looks just like Tommy Vendetta, and somebody was like, "Hey, you should go out there and be Tommy O'Ryan."
It's a combination of their names.
As just like Aaron Orion and Tommy Vendetta, because the joke was like, oh, Ryan and Tommy look so much alike. The only difference is it's like Captain America before the serum.
Yeah.
Like Ryan was before serum and Tommy Vendetta is after serum.
It's like 100-pound difference and
So,
like a
like-
fucking 1
Oh,
foot
no
in height
shit.
difference.
Yeah, so like
Looks like his older brother.
when the music hit, the Death Threat music hit, the crowd, all 13 in attendance, this is awesome. And then like Tommy O'Ryan comes walking out.
Oh.
And they're like, who in the fuck?
who in the?
We're all
He
laughing.
says all 13.
13. I seen that video. It was more like 3.
No, there's some like, well, anyway.
Oh, by
Yeah,
the
yeah.
bathrooms.
Yeah.
They were standing up by the bar. Like the hard cam was this way. And then there were some leaned up against the bar because between matches, they would go back in the bar, warm up, get a beer, and then come back outside.
Oh, I hate when they walk off camera. It looks so bad.
Oh.
It makes the recording look so bad when the
'Cause
fans walk off camera.
When we did our match with Rick Cartier, there's like 15 standing up against the wall, but you just couldn't see them on the TV or on the camera.
Oh,
Well, anyway, we did, or not we, but he did that to lighten the mood because the promoter of this show, during the Super Crazy match, Super Crazy is a ECW guy, WWE guy, big name in Mexican wrestling. He was first, for whatever reason, they put him first on the card with Kyle Barrett. And they did a really good match. It was a nice 10-minute opener match. But in the meat and potatoes of this match, the promoter is cussing out because Peter Be Beautiful, who we just watched, his son kind of booked himself, just put on a ref shirt and got in there. And the promoter's like, no, I don't want you on my show. I got a ref. Don't worry. Well, anyway, this kid just gets in there anyway. So fuck it, I'll do it. And the promoter comes in. Our locker room was the trailer that the ring came in. So that's where we got dressed that day because the bar didn't want us all in there. And we're all in there like shivering our nuts off, because it's 30 degrees outside.
Yeah.
Promoter comes in like steaming mad, like, where the fuck's my ref? And I looked out at the curtain, and I'm like, he's in the ring. I don't know who that guy is. I never seen him before in my life, yada yada. Where the fuck's my ref, yada yada. So he's like going off. And now, like, the people that are watching the show,
Yeah,
are
all 13 people can fucking hear him because
So
they're much quieter than the screaming man in the wind tunnel of the trailer.
so they stop watching the match and they all turn, like, the fuck?
Yeah.
And so Pete comes up around the corner. He goes, Pete, get your fucking kid out of the ring. Yada, yada. This is my dream. I'm 23 years old. You're killing my dream. Fuck you. Fuck you. I'm going to beat your fuck. All these kids are just sitting there watching this now. And then whoever was I think Antonio was videotaping. I swear to God, like, I'm surprised he didn't, like, you know, like, what?
That'd been fucking awesome.
So, like,
this turns and records the argument.
Yeah.
So, like, the guy's like,
World
I'm going to beat your fucking ass and all this. And like, Pete, like, he fought Butterbean before. Like, I'm not going to go toe-to-toe with that guy. He's nuts. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no shit.
So, like, Pete was actually, like, super cool about it. Like, hey, you know, Devin, let's just go. And the guy's, like, cussing him out all the way to their car. You know, and then, like, we're all like, this is fucking awkward. Because that was the first match.
Right.
So then they're like, hey, you kind of look like Tommy Vendetta, kid. You should do the Tommy Orion thing. It'd be fucking funny, bro. And, oh, fucking okay.
Such good shit.
Such shit.
If it makes people laugh, you know, at this point, you know, like,
Fuck it.
I know some of the Death Threat Army guys got mad, which wasn't the intention. You know, it was just supposed to be for our amusement. But,
Yeah, and kind of save the day a little bit.
yeah,
you know,
just
with-
to get our mood back. But
right.
I
At
know
least
that.
pop the boys. If
I
not the
yeah,
crowd.
that's what we're hoping for is to pop the boys, you know. And I know some of them got upset, you know, and you know, sorry, you know, that's not what we meant, you know,
No.
to piss anybody off. But
But
I
come
could,
on, like it's I could see that on the WWE happening.
It's
They
like-
get somebody in, they're like, dude, you fucking look like whoever the hell
It
is on the
happens all
roster.
time. They had
Gilbert.
Hornswoggle dressed
Yeah.
like AJ
Hornswoggle,
Styles.
yeah.
Gilbert.
Gilbert.
so it's like, you know, like I could see like, you know, their side, you know, like, or the mentality of, well, that's our name you're trying to build off of, you know, be your own guy. But in all
different,
reality,
right?
it
Yeah,
was-
but what
it
if
was a
somebody,
joke.
you know, what if there was like somebody that came out like the Nomads, something else? Yeah, I would be like, you fucking know about me, and like I got my name out there that much that I got people out here like trying to like build off it a little bit or play off of it
I
a
mean,
little bit.
in
Like
all
I would
fairness,
take it
they
as a
did
little
also-
flattering.
They
Well-
did also train him too.
Yeah.
So like,
Well, yeah.
we said that shit in class all the time.
Well, it's funny that you say that because I've actually had people try to get booked on shows that I didn't know who the fuck they were. You know, like, oh yeah, I'm gonna manage the Nomads, and then I'd have a promoter like, hey, I hear you got a new female in your group, and I'm like, the only one we got is Hannah Henderson. Is that who you're booking? I'm like, no, this is a different one. I'm like,
Huh?
who? Tell me, because I don't fucking know.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
right.
And so this is news to me, brother. And then the guy's
Yeah.
like, "Oh, it's so and so." She said, and he sent me the screenshots. You know, I'm like, I don't even know who the fuck this person is.
Yeah.
Sean. Remember when they first had Monday Night Raw? How Bobby the Brain Heenan kept trying to get in. It's just me in a wig.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm just sitting there like, I don't know what the fuck this is. Like, I was
Right.
like, I mean, if you want a book or whatever, I just don't know who she is. I mean, if she wants
Right.
to use my coattails, that's kind of weird because I'm nobody. You know what I mean? So, like, she ended up messaging me and was like, "Oh, it wasn't like that. You know, that was my husband or whatever. I don't know. It was weird." But I was like,
What?
"How in the fuck do you even know who we are?"
Yeah, right. Yeah, like it is. It's it could. I would take as more like flattering than like like fuck you guys, be your own dude. Like, well, you know what? Now my name's out there more. To this crowd that were they even there that night?
No.
Yeah, see,
I
they
think
weren't
that
even
was-
there that night, and their
Yeah,
name is being spread to 13 more people in the crowd. Like, you know what I mean?
In fairness, I'm pretty sure those 13 were just regular wrestling fans to go to every single show.
Hey, dude.
Which I love those people because they probably all have one of my shirts.
Exactly.
And hey, if you have one of my shirts, just know that I love you.
They're they're the
Hard
ones
to
that
sell.
supporting it, and sharing it and doing whatever they can, I guess.
Right.
To spread the word. And like that's what I was saying before, with Rachel on my timeline. Just she added because I was in a band. I'm pretty sure that's where she came from. But I would see the updates every once in a while on my timeline of this wrestling stuff or like a flyer going on. I'm like, what is this stuff? And that's just how it spreads.
Hell yeah.
And now here we are sitting down having a fucking conversation about it.
Yeah, about wrestling and watching Horror Slam on TV and
And
drinking beer.
orgasmic peas.
Speaking of orgasmic pee, I gotta go take one.
You gotta go pee. All right.
I'll be back. I'll be back.
Do you want to just use this one? Are you shy, Peter?
I'm not shy.
Okay. That's what I meant. That's what I
As
was
long
like,
as you
just
don't pull
use
your
this.
pants and underwear.
Yeah, you just can't pull the pants and
God.
underwear down.
Good callback. I forgot about that one. Cheers. That was like a Dave
Cheers.
Chappelle level callback. God damn.
Yeah, no shit. Yeah,
Good one.
that was good, dude.
Thanks.
Yeah, I'm glad you're on the mic, man. Zach over here. See, I remembered your name.
Hell yeah.
Glad you remembered because you reminded me of it. I was sitting there like,
We rode together.
Yeah, is this the first time you guys met too?
Yeah.
Oh shit, Zach Attack here. So how's it been training?
Granted, I only remember your work name, but
fair.
So how's training been?
getting back to it, I forgot how bumps felt at first. And the first one was quite shocking.
Yeah.
But, I mean, now, even 2 weeks back, or about a week back,
So you hitting the gym?
it's
Oh, dude.
Like I
Are
said
you going to
earlier-
beat my record? My record was 1.5 minutes.
a minute and a half piss?
Yeah.
How old are you?
I am 31.
A minute and a half?
Yeah, this was episode 6. If you look it up, it's I kept it in there because it was 1.5 minutes. It's literally just on my guest, and he's laughing because it was just me and him. Yeah, dude.
Bumps are exciting to me. And,
Bumps.
yeah, I know they suck,
Yeah.
but now even
So you
a
hitting the
week
fucking
almost
gym
into-
though?
Absolutely.
How
Yeah.
often? How often you hitting that gym?
I try 4 times a week,
4 times a week?
Yeah.
How long? About an hour? 2?
about 50 minutes. Hour.
50 minutes? An
Yeah.
hour?
Have you been there for Superplex Day yet?
I can feel feelings.
No, but I feel like the next time I go,
Anybody
it's
else
gonna
got to
make me
pee?
do super-
You can do
Sean.
so.
Did I even flush that toilet? Fuck.
Oh, damn, dude.
Wait till I go to the chiropractor to get this shit adjusted.
Have you gone to a class with Nikki yet?
No.
Oh yeah. Go to a Nikki class. He'll be like, yeah, man, fucking, we're gonna practice doing superplexes today. And you're gonna be like, wait, what?
You guys,
Huh?
I
You're gonna go
work
in there.
tomorrow.
and you're gonna say, "Okay, brother, we're gonna be doing superplexes, crossbodies, and hurricane ranas."
Oh, correction. I have to rephrase that. All right, man. So what we're gonna do today is superplexes, and we're gonna do Eddie Guerrero's into the ring, and
Eddie
we're gonna
Guerrero.
show you how to jump for every bump, brah.
Eddie Guerrero's.
Yeah.
up
Eddie
and
Guerrero
over.
used to do this flip into the ring where he would land on people.
Oh, yeah.
flipping
from
senton.
the inside or the outside inside.
Yeah.
So he just calls them Eddie Guerrero's.
But one of
Yeah.
my first sessions I was doing with Aaron and Adam, and we were doing ranas and head scissors, and I was doing that shit on Adam, my ass.
You were doing a Hurricane Rana?
And Adam's
sir.
all of like what 5'5".
How the fuck do you do it
Well,
when a
maybe it's
short
not that
person like that?
Carefully.
Yeah.
I
Don't
watch a
land
lot
on
of
your neck,
wrestling
brother.
already, so-
Tuck and roll and hope for the best.
Yeah.
I don't even do that shit. Cause
How do you
I got
guys
a bad
feel
back.
taking a pile driver? Is there some people you'll just be like, you are not fucking doing a pile
Dude, like a good 90% of people, if they suggest a pile driver, I'm gonna tell them to go fuck themselves.
Yeah, right?
Be like, yeah, no, yeah, you can keep my money. I'm going home. This guy wants to do a pile driver, and I don't know if this guy can even throw a clothesline safely, so I'm fucking good, brah.
Well, there's like I've done that before where I would tell people, "No, fuck you." Like
Yeah, I'm not taking a pile driver from your
like
ass.
I've taken like 4 or 5 now. Each one of them luckily has gone good, except for the one that I took in class from my fucking midget brother. No
So-
offense. He's 5'4" and a half.
that's cute. I
So from
remember
the
when I was that
fake
tall.
gay guy, that wasn't planned though, right?
No, that one was planned. He told me it was
So
gonna do
you
that.
were willing to accept a fucking pile driver from him?
Well,
Is
yeah,
it because he's
I
been
was-
in the game for a long time, or what? What's your judgment
Nah,
process
nah.
on taking a pile driver from somebody? Like, have
I-
you had to? Have
I
been
was
wrestling
willing
for
to
a
do
long
it because
time?
I figured there was enough space between what I was hitting and the ground to where I'd have enough cushion to not
Right.
murk myself.
It's
out.
like
Murk
yeah.
myself.
Well, it's like a lot of guys that say
Wasted.
Oh, dude, that's exactly what happened because my back just got raked over the barbed wire.
it's like
Oh.
a lot of these moves that I watch and somebody will be like, "Oh, I want to do a pile driver." Like Tommy Vendetta started doing the pile driver. He does like
Okay.
the Three Amigos style pile driver where he hits you with 3 of them now. Okay, cool.
Why 3?
I
Yeah,
will
why?
take that from you. I don't know, but I will take that from you because I know you're not gonna murder me because you do it every time.
Okay.
Or like Dre Jacobs, he does like the package pile driver.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I've seen you do this. You're not gonna murder me.
Or even Aaron, he does the friggin' J driller.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
like his back pocket big finisher.
Yeah, it's like his big.
Yeah. That's his oh my god, everything else didn't work, time to kill you move.
Right.
And
Love it.
that's like what I base, you know, and if it's somebody I don't know, like I had these 2 guys, they wanted to do what's called the magic killer. It's like a suplex onto so I would put Jheras in a headlock suplex position onto Zach's shoulder, and then we would twist.
Ooh,
It'd be like a neck
okay.
breaker, and he would do like a sit out, whatever. So I'm at this show before, and these 2 guys want to do it. They're YouTubing their fucking finishing move. They're like, "Oh, we gotta do it like this." I'm like, "You guys never did this before, and you want to do a show day?"
Oh.
And I'm like, "No." And the promoter's like, "Well, yeah, that's their finish. I want you to do it."
Oh, come on.
So like, they go to set me up for this move. I'm like, "Okay, fine, let's try it," and set me up for it. And the big guy of the 2, he's shaking. And then like when he gets me up on homeboy's shoulders, they start swaying like this. I'm like, "Nope, put me down right now. If you can't get a good base under you and you're gonna be dropping me on my head or whatever, no."
Yeah,
Yeah,
no.
exactly.
And the promoter was so mad because I wouldn't take it. So then he's like, "I'll give you the move." I was like, "Well, I trust you. Let's do the
Yeah.
move." These guys that can't hold me up, and I was, 215 at the time, and they're, 250, shaking.
Yeah.
Or God
fucking
forbid the person with
slobs.
the legs turns the wrong way.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
If he turns one way and the other guy, like a pretzel.
Sounds
Or
dangerous.
what was the other move? One of my good friends, they wanted to do the one would give me a back body drop, so I'm flipping over this guy's head, and then the
Okay.
other guy behind him would catch me into a pile driver, and they're like, "Oh,
Into a pile driver?
Ooh.
Not a power bomb, a pile driver.
yeah."
Oh.
So I'm
yeah,
like,
because he's gonna
So
flip
you told them to
flip me over his
from.
head.
So you're facing this way. He grabs you from behind, flips you.
No, he'd be so like I would grab you face to face, flip you over my head this way. The guy behind me would catch me and pile drive me.
So you'd just be facing out for the pile
Yeah.
driver, not
so,
inward.
Yeah, it was. So they're like, "Oh, we watched Billy and Bart Gunn do this move. We want to try it."
We watched them do.
So I'm like,
one time.
and they're big, hefty dudes, like 250. And I'm like,
hefty.
"All right, well, let's try it," And they couldn't get. I was too scared to
remember
do
that
the
shit.
flip, so I'm like shitting my pants this whole time. So they couldn't get it
Ooh,
right,
yeah.
So they finally settled for back body drop. I would land on the guy's shoulders for like a power bomb. The other guy would sweep under for a neck breaker drop at the same time. I'm like, thank God. So we did that, and they
That's
didn't murder me.
cooler to me, anyway.
Yeah.
It just made more physics, more physics sense to
Yeah.
me to do it that way.
And you're not throwing you
Most
6,
dangerous
7 feet
thing
in the
I
air
ever
onto your
did
head.
didn't even hurt me.
No. Well, that's good.
Sean, you know what it was, right?
Oh.
We talked about it on the right here.
I don't know.
That's why my brother's still bitching about his fucking shoulder.
What
Oh,
was it?
that's
Let's tell
stupid.
everybody.
Yeah,
That's stupid.
I was in a competition. I got me and my partner got eliminated first round. I was actually kind of sad about getting eliminated because I was really excited about the teaming and about the opportunity. But we were in
Did you know
XICW's
beforehand?
Proving Ground, and I was partnered up with the Michigan-made monster Mongo. And the finish that we did on my brother was Mongo picked him up for a German suplex. I came off the top rope for a clothesline. And we had never practiced it before. We did it. Like, this is my first time going to the top rope for anything.
Really?
I fell. I got to the top and I fell to the apron and went, shit. And I climbed back up again and did it
How
again.
embarrassing.
Yeah,
And-
it's the finish of the match,
the
too.
funny part
like
about
the
all
biggest
this-
opportunity in my
the
career.
funny
Did you
part
just
about
play it
all
off like
this-
you were so tired or something?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The
And then
fun-
my brother got murdered on the landing.
Well, it's just an awkward.
Well, he's only 5'4" or something, right?
Yeah,
So
5'4"
fuck him.
quarter.
Fuck him.
Well, fuck him.
Fuck him, man.
So like the awkward part though is because with the German, it's better just to go. But if you're stalled there waiting for homie to come off the top rope and then go, like the whole timing,
Yeah.
it gets ugly, you know. And that's why when you told me about it, I was like. And then they both came to class like the week before this. I was like, why don't you fucking try it?
Right.
Right.
No.
What?
We got this.
No, fuck that. You gotta try it.
Got this.
Hey, what can I say? My brother doesn't like to take moves in class. So that
That's
means
who
he
it was too. It wasn't even the guys that were doing the move. It was the guy taking the move.
Yeah, he was like, I know I got to take this in like a week, and there's a good chance I could get murdered from this, but nah, I don't want to practice it. He's like, do we got a
What?
crash pad in here? We got padding of any kind? And he was like, fuck it. I don't want to do it. And I was like, oh. That was the same class where I fucking clotheslined the dog shit out of him, too. We were trying to practice this new move set that I was going to do, and he didn't like the way that I shot him off into the ropes. So I was like, what are you bitching about? So he tried to do it to me, too. So when I came back off the ropes, I was so pissed off with the way that he sent me into him that I just fucking murdered him on the way back.
But it was funny because it was the same way you sent him into the ropes.
Yeah.
So he did it back, and you're like, oh, this motherfucker.
Hey, don't you dare do to me what I did to you. I'll murder you for it.
It's different.
Did you do it again?
No, I just clotheslined the dog shit out of him, and Sean told us to get out of the ring.
I was like, okay, guys, just roll out. Calm down.
That was only the
Yeah.
second time in 3.5 years that me and him have fought in class. The other time before that, he kicked me in my back, and he knows I got a bad back, so I fucking... I grabbed him by the throat. And Aaron, our other trainer, Aaron Orion's in the background. He's like, oh, shit! And I'm sitting there, and, like, I can see him out of my peripheral. He's like, they're going to kill each other. Yes! And, like, this sadistic
right.
motherfucker's watching us like, oh, my God, I get to finally see some real violence in class.
Real violence.
Man, these motherfuckers shooting.
Yeah. I've never seen a grown man that excited in my entire life.
So how long are your practices?
About 2 hours.
About 2 hours.
Sometimes
like-
4 if we stay for 2 classes.
Yeah. Well, with Pure Pro Wrestling, they run classes Monday through Saturday. So you have opportunity to train multiple times a week.
So you can just like go at any
Yeah.
time,
and-
like when it's convenient for you?
Yeah, and it's like, well, it's like set times. Like I do Tuesdays from 7 to 8:30. I think Aaron does Mondays from 6 to 7:30. Xavier Justice does Wednesdays from 7 to 8:30. I think Aaron's back on Thursdays from 7 to 8:30, and then my tag partner Road Rash runs Fridays from 7 to 8:30, and then Saturday's a morning session. But like the Saturday and Wednesday is like the beginner class. So like
Right.
the head trainers with them, like showing them all the baby steps, and then like we're designed to show the more advanced things. So it's just kind of like pick your poison though. Like I'll show completely different stuff, and like he was saying, Nick Zero, who was doing Fridays, he'll do more high flying stuff.
Right.
And then Aaron Orion does more realistic, try to make it believable, which me and him kind of do the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
But he'll show higher impact stuff where I still show kind of like the babyier moves. Because like a lot of my classes are like new people that have been
Right.
around like you just can't coming back. And a couple other people that haven't been to class in like 3 months are starting to come back to class, you know. So trying to ease them back into it without, all right, we're going to go Death Valley Driver Day.
Death Valley Driver. So what is for you, Zach? So what is your motivation to want to get into wrestling again? Well, you're saying back. So apparently you had a motivation, then maybe just shit life happens, and now you're back. So like, what is your motivation to really want to do this? Like,
So, I'm one of those people who I'm the dreamer. Taking personality tests, I'm the dreamer, and it's just all I've ever wanted to do. And I know that's so fucking corny.
well, yeah.
But aside from that, and my grandpa, who just passed away 2 years ago, he brought me to my first show, and like the motivation in my life was always, this has always been my dream. This is always what I wanted to do. And then my grandpa passed away, and then I reminisced on him bringing me to my first show, and it was at like a VFW all
Right.
when I was, however, 3-4 years old,
Mm-hmm.
and
Break.
It reminds me of that meme with Elon Musk.
Yeah.
you did that face.
Just
Yeah. Can we just add the like
The infamous drag from Elon Musk.
the gin and juice sound bubbles there?
No, we just pause it.
Sunglasses.
Yeah, I was just gonna say we pause it and the sunglasses come
wait,
down
Wait.
with gin and juice.
Jheras Grey's always got the shades. Hey, I've even wrestled full matches with these on.
Have
and-
you really?
Yeah, and I've had opponents that couldn't fucking hit me hard enough to get them off me.
Oh man.
Ace just straight up takes them off me.
And I'll wear them.
If I'm wearing them, he just
Straight.
goes, "How the fuck are these still on?" It's like, told you not to
Damn
wear this
it.
in the ring.
He's got one of those
Right.
like straps in the back that holds his glasses on his head.
Oh really? You
It's
try
funny.
to take those off and like just snap them back
Snap.
onto his head.
Um,
Yeah. So it's just that thing with like you said with your grandpa and
Yeah,
stuff, and he
it
took you
just-
to your first show, so that kind of makes you
It's a
like
cool
gives you that
moment,
extra
though.
drive.
Yeah, and it reignited, or really just ignited the fire in some of my worst moments of my life, sitting with my best friend in the shed smoking weed. Literally, we were just like, dude, we would be pretty decent wrestlers. Do you want to just fucking do it and stop talking about it? And my dad, the best trait that he ever gave me was his stubbornness. And I'm just like, oh, fuck it, yeah. And I took that break during the pandemic, and it just like sucked, but I had to figure my shit out. But now I'm back to being stubborn about it. And
Right.
now that I had that ignition from like my grandpa, now the fire is just there, and I hope it doesn't go out anytime soon.
Right. Yeah. It only take it can take just one thing to reignite that fire, get it going. A lot of people, like you said, work everything like for COVID and stuff. That's just a different thing. But gives you time to really kind of like work on yourself or like reflect on what you really wanted to do.
and that
People
was like
lost their jobs. They're like, what do I really want to do?
And that was like the shitty part, because like before a pandemic, he was coming all the time to my classes, and then like the gym had to shut down.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, well, fuck, now like I had all these good ass dudes coming to class, and then like some of them came back, some were like whatever,
Right.
But I don't know. I liked the break. I didn't like what we had to go through, but the break on my body from doing this for 15 years, and it was nice to rest finally.
Well, you
Right.
have to go to the
Oh, yeah.
chiropractor and get your shit figured out, like the ribs and stuff.
Well, that's what it is, though. It's that grind, though. Again, with this wrestling, you could. Again, I say, I was playing music, and that's a grind, where you're trying to get booked and you're trying to play as much as you can, or like even more so, a lot of comedians. I don't know if you know any comedians, but like.
Oh yeah,
That-
my buddy Tony Watson,
Yeah.
does like what's
Stand-up.
Ohio and
Yep.
shit. Yeah, he does like the Ohio stand-up scene. That dude, it's T-Watt comedy.
Yeah. Shout out.
Hilarious.
But
that's
it
a-
took him
that's a
while to
grind.
get to where he's
It's a
at now,
grind.
too.
Favorite
Though.
joke is about depression too.
and
Great.
and don't ruin it for him. So, so like it's a grind though,
Just wait
because
for
with
the
them
helmet.
they're like they're like they'll have a 5-minute set or a 10-minute, 15-minute set, whatever, and they're every night hitting up an open mic. But the grind with wrestling, you're saying every weekend, or you're trying to get out to these places, but that's just every weekend. You're putting all that shit on your body, and that's a big thing about wrestling too, is a lot of people don't realize that even professional wrestling, like there's a lot of the events they're doing that you're not even seeing on live TV. Like WWE is out there doing this shit that you don't even know about. You'll never know, like, basically, unless you're there, or like maybe you pay for a subscription. I don't know how it is nowadays, but like,
No, they never did anything with the house shows. They were just
there for people that couldn't afford like the pay-per-views or whatever.
They were there
the
to
cheaper
give
ones.
Vince McMahon.
or
money.
you'd have like Sunday Night Heat. Remember how Sunday Night
Yeah.
Heat? That was another one where I was on like a different channel if you didn't
Velocity.
have it, or Velocity. Like
Yeah.
these, and they're getting airtime, but you gotta have a select
The
channel.
modern would be like
Superstars.
superstars.
And, like,
Like
am-
main event.
So
Yeah.
were a lot of
Or the
those ones
old
like
version of main
just
event?
were a lot of those ones just like not following the storyline?
I think
Or were
some
they-
of those were like kind of treated as their own show, so they'd have their own storylines because it's like the.
But it's still kind of gotta, if you're gonna have some people that may be in WWE shows, you gotta have it somewhat like the storyline and
I always
going
looked
along
at it
with
as
it
like
a little bit, right?
supplemental storytelling.
Yeah, supplemental
Yeah.
to the main story kind of deal.
Like side
Like a
missions.
side quest. Yeah, side quest.
Yeah,
I go
exactly.
Fallout right away. Side quest.
quest.
Yeah.
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 Skyrim's
Yeah,
coming
click.
out.
Skyrim. Yeah. 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 So that's what you kind of consider those.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Next thing you know, you got Drew McIntyre versus Roman Reigns on main event. Or on Superstars or some shit, like one of the shows that nobody's gonna watch.
Yeah.
It's like, please watch our D show.
Well, now
E-show?
WWE's
I
on
don't know
like
why you
Peacock.
wouldn't put
Yeah.
those guys on those shows to get those ratings. Because if those ratings are getting money, that would be way more money if you're getting like a high rating, like 700 at the least.
Just think about specifically what they're saying by not putting those people on there. They're telling
Fuck
you.
the workers that are on that show.
No, they're just telling you that they don't give a fuck about that
Fuck
show.
'em.
That
Fuck
show's
'em.
not good
Fuck
enough
'em.
for their best stars, is what they're trying to say.
Fuck
them
'em.
kids.
So what
Well,
do
I
you think?
think a lot of those shows are designed to build new people, kind of like what NXT
Yeah.
is for.
Oh,
I mean,
right.
that helped Buddy Murphy a lot,
Yeah.
and
That's true. He
Mustafa Ali
Even
as
like
well.
Tozawa,
Well, that's
he was
how he built
big
that,
for a minute there.
WWE
Well, that's what I
He's-
thought that AEW was gonna be, like another NXT. But that motherfucker, like, he's like, "Fuck you, fuck you." I'm taking over this shit. I mean, as much as it's going on up there in promotion wise.
And the cool thing about AEW is like that forbidden door they talk about all the time is like, okay, well, we got the TNA, the Impact champion on our show now too, and we got New Japan coming in, and we got Lucha guys coming in. So like
Yeah.
they're opening that door for anybody from anywhere to come in.
Well, they're trying to be less of a WCW all over again and like a modern NWA, but like big time.
Sean, you
Another
know
round?
better than me.
I'm thirsty.
Did WWE pretty much like start the whole Forbidden Door thing? Because it seems like back in like the '60s, back like in that era, that people just kind of went everywhere.
Well, back then was
I'm
all
good.
territory, so like NWA and was a thing, and then McMahon started WWF, and then he started taking over his own territories, and then there was the battles, and then that's when I think the contract started. Like it's either us or nobody,
Yeah, it makes
and then
sense.
that's like when people would leave, like Flair would leave WWF. Oh, the next week you see him on WCW.
Yeah.
Or vice versa. You see Bret Hart jumping back and forth. And, I think that was kind of a forbidden door, but more of a fuck you than anything.
Yeah.
Because, like, oh, well, if you're not going to give me what I want, I know this person over here is going to.
Or even TNA.
I've used a little bit of knowledge I learned from watching that to benefit my fucking personal career, my
Right.
professional career, like outside of wrestling.
Oh.
I use that thought process all the time. You find one employer, get them to pay you really good, and then you find another guy in the same industry, and you go, oh yeah, if you want me to quit working for this dude, I just need this much more. And after a couple months, you go to somebody else and do the same thing, and then you go back to the first guy and say, hey, this guy's paying me this. If you want me back, I know you need guys.
Right.
I need more than what this guy's paying me. And like, shit, I did that to get to where I'm at now.
But, like, you look at wrestling back then, like, how much was actually televised. You had NWA,
Right.
you had WWF, and then WCW came in, and that was
Yeah.
it. That was
Yeah.
all you got. But now, like, any day of the week, you could turn the TV on, and there's something on.
There's
Hell
something.
yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I think AEW's on 3 days a week. You know,
Is it?
WWE's on 4 days a week.
Well, they
And
have their
only worth
YouTube
watching,
shows
like,
too.
twice.
AEW has 2 YouTube shows.
Yeah, they got their
as
YouTube
well.
series where like the actual like the indie people get their spotlight or their chance in the
So
door.
like how Velocity and Heat was the dark matches after the show,
Yeah.
and then they televised that. That's what they do on YouTube, and it's AEW Dark, and then AEW Dark Elevation. Is that televised or is that?
I think that's
Huh.
YouTube also.
That's YouTube.
But like they have their actual AEW episode, then they have their Rampage episode, and it's like, you know, they're starting to grow, you know, and like there's so much wrestling on. You could go on YouTube and Google anything, you could find something.
Right.
Or, you know, like I talked about IWTV before, you know, the streaming service, you can go on there and there's literally a library of 1,000 different whatevers I want to watch freelance wrestling. That's a pretty good Chicago show. Bam, their whole library of whatever they submitted to this site is on there. You can watch beginning to now,
Right.
you know, or, oh man, I really want to watch this death match with Nick Gage and John Moxley coming up. Okay, cool. Turn it on, you know.
Yeah.
There's just so much wrestling out there right now, and I think that whole us or them mentality is kind of going out the window. Like you can literally find work anywhere.
There's so much work.
You want to know the best part about IWTV? You can go right to their search bar, and you can type in Jheras Grey and hit enter, and it'll pop up some of my matches.
Cheap plugs.
Oh, you can also type in A7s.
You got one? What you got? What you got? What you got? What's one video you'd want to show? What clip? We'll go to it. You want to promote something? What's one that you got? Jheras.
I mean, we got our match from CPW. Do you remember what video that is?
That would be on the Great Lakes.
What fucking episode is that?
All right, you guys direct him to the tell him what to
Great
type in. I'm gonna go
Lakes
pee.
Wrestling Showcase.
Yeah, that was Capital Pro. We did
Yeah.
that match.
Or Head Drop Productions, actually.
Hulk Hogan nails Triple H with a devastating RKO.
Survival tent camping.
Yeah.
Oh
Maybe
man,
under there.
where the heck is it?
But it would be probably.
You could probably
Wait,
type
wait,
in our
wait, wait.
names after that.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Type in A7s
Yeah.
That's probably a good idea.
and then just enter, and you might be able to find it right away. Oh man, you can find all my shit now. Fuck. Oh, there it is again. Hey.
Oh, gross.
God, there's so much bullshit.
I have an idea. Scroll up a little bit. Down a little. Check episode 42. Because I remember those two were at that show.
Oh, this is inside.
No, that's their intro video.
Oh, it is.
Yeah.
Yep,
Nice
there it
call.
is. Good.
See, I
guess.
knew what number it was because I freaking shared it.
I can't.
like, a
I don't
year
know
ago.
what minute mark we're at or anything, but
Hey, there's Jimmy getting murdered by I can't even remember the names. Mike and Mike. There's Jimmy getting murdered again. Yeah, damn good intro video,
God, Tommy just dying.
right?
It's Terrorizer.
Oh my god, I haven't
Terrorizer!
seen him in forever.
That was kind of gross.
Right?
Oh snap! Like legit.
Literally. Zach Ibiza. I fucking love that guy. Oh yeah, 'cause didn't he do a promo right before our match?
After.
Well, it can't be after. Our match wasn't.
Who don't know who I
I
am.
did my promo after the match because I was like,
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think Zach did his before ours.
And tonight, I'll be taking on my trainer, Josh Raymond. You know, Josh's list of accolades are
So who's
too long
this?
to name off.
Oh, this is Zach
But after
Ibiza.
tonight,
He did a promo right
you
before our
will
match.
remember my name, and you'll
Capital.
remember his. Because the last glory Josh Raymond has to look forward to is to be a footnote in my legacy. In the future, you will see posters.
I don't know
with the
what
name
minute mark we
Ned
were in this.
You can skip forward probably
in
like
white, and then a
back a
footnote.
little.
Oh, right
back a
there. That's
little,
our match right
back
there.
A little, back a little, back
Josh
a little,
Raymond.
back a little bit more.
And
about
start right there.
Yeah.
So what year was this?
And
was last year.
introducing his
Last year.
opponent from Detroit, Michigan.
This is
He
some. This is
Now
what I was
it's the-
talking about. Like, would this be like similar to like a live feed or something right here?
They had a.
That's
actually-
cool. They got the whole shit going on
Yeah.
here.
So they have a guy that so that guy ringside right there, he's the Roman cam,
Jheras Grey,
and then they have a
one half of the
hard
Grey
cam.
Wolves.
Yeah.
and then they
Ref Rusty there we got a
post
big boot by
produce all
A7,
the
stuck under by
audio
Jheras Grey.
after.
And Gray throwing in those hard right hands, tries to return the blows, but is unable
So many
to.
punches.
Again, and he's
You can turn it back up, John.
That
I'll
was
just turn
your
ours
idea.
down.
Up and over the laptop.
I was like, whoop my ass. I want you to beat
Jheras
my
now
ass.
Let's pick him up. We got a big backbreaker.
See why I do the sidewalk instead now?
Stomps
So much easier.
Evans back up and hits
It looked
that
like he wanted the
European
sidewalk.
uppercut
Or
to
it
the
was-
back.
It was more fluid.
Goes for the
Hmm.
pinfall,
I
but
just started
only
to
is
slip.
able to get a 1 count on the cover.
Fair reason.
Who's announcing?
Ace Evans complaining about the heat
This
in the ring.
is the promoter
Looks
of the
like-
show.
Yep, he baited.
Get it-
Jheras
get
Grey
somebody
in,
else.
Able to use the top rope to his advantage. Now a neck breaker.
Nice.
Takes
Man, I haven't
Jheras
done a
Grey
neck
down
breaker
for his
since that
trouble.
match.
Here's
That was nice.
pinfall. Only
looked
1
good.
count there for Ace Evans as well.
God, I was like 235 pounds at the time.
Oh, now Ace just grabbing the
Dude, you
fingers.
can hear my knuckles cracking there. Did you hear
Stomps
it?
right down.
You kind of look like my buddy Dickie
Now he's
Post
taking
in
the hand
this.
over the rope.
You're gonna have to look that up now and look at a picture of
Gonna
him.
have
You'll be
to.
like,
Ooh! Stomps the hand on the rope.
Oh yeah, I
Little
did that
whiplash
hot
there
shot
as
on you, and
well.
I ate shit on the ground. That's, I was like, "What's all over my pants?" I forgot.
Right hand there by Jheras, and another one.
Oh, even the
Fighting
commentary's
back,
yelling or
using that
laughing at
fresh
you.
hand,
Hey,
Oh,
I'm
eye
Oh, fuck
faces
you.
him. and drop toe hold.
Nice.
I've improved my
Jheras
punches a
Grey
lot
over
since
a
then.
middle-
It's a
wouldn't
year old.
expect you to do a toe hold thing
I'm
like
doing a
that.
619.
Ace boots him right
Just
in
kidding.
the mud.
I love that movie. It was so
There's
stupid
a
when I
cover
made it
again.
up.
No, it's
This time a 2 count,
But like we were
But
saying
only
earlier, that's
two.
the kind. That's the stuff that gets the
not enough
pops.
to get to the 3.
Well,
Or at least it pops me.
when I was teaming with Billy Ray Daniels, that was our double
Ladies
team
and
move.
gentlemen,
So what-
we're here
Our
at lovely
our big
Cottonwood
falsie.
Campground.
hold on, pause it real quick, John.
Temperature.
What do you mean by when you say pops? What do you exactly?
When you hear the
like,
crowd go, "Oh yeah!"
Okay, all right, that's a pop. That's what gets
When
the
you get a
pops.
reaction out of something.
Okay, all right. Just need to clarify that for other
Yeah.
people that might not know what a pop
So
is.
that move I did, I was like, I want to do a thing called the 6-1 boot, and my tag partner at the time was like, "Well, what is it?" It's like, "Well, I'd set him up like a 619," and I go 6-1 boot, and people, "Oh, he's gonna do a 619," and then I hit the ropes like a million miles an hour, like I'm gonna hit this thing, and I stop and I slowly get out of the ring and I yell 6-1 boot and I boot him in the mouth. And Daniel was like, "That's so stupid. I love it. Let's do
Yeah.
it as a double team." All right. And we put it over as like our big move.
Would you guys like?
I could see that like a Terry Bradshaw
Yeah, it was
thing
like
back when it was
side.
APA.
Yeah, it was both sides of the face. We run and hop out on both sides of the guy as he's hanging there. 6-1 boot. Bang. We'd high five.
That's cool as hell.
Yeah,
So cool.
it's playing right off of
And
it,
it
dude.
was so dumb that it worked. And
Yeah.
the crowd hated it so much that by the end,
Yeah.
6-1 boot, 6-1 boot. But
Hell
then
yeah.
when they'd see the setup for it, oh no!
Right.
And then like we did it to Carm all the time, and when he would catch both of us, oh shit! The crowd knew because he's a big muscle dude.
Yeah.
Oh, they get fucked up.
Yeah.
All right, you can go again, John.
Outside, over 90 degrees.
Over
These
90
men
degrees.
are battling not only each other but also the heat. And just Ace Evans grinding the boot onto the hand and drops the knee. That's a quick way to break some of those metacarpals.
Metacarpals.
Now Ace hooks for a suplex. Textbook snap suplex. Again attempt. Only a 1 count. He left Jheras' left shoulder uncovered, easily able to get it up to his feet.
Like he's
Up off the
calling
mat.
it good. Like I don't mean to talk a bunch of
Carry.
shit about him, but like the voice.
Jheras throws some
Be a
elbows,
little bit
able to
better.
break free. Ace, oh, nope, that boot was caught,
Oh,
thrown down. Oh,
Ooh.
Jheras able to jump up and just bring Ace Evans' face to the mat. And a big corner spear. Oh, and he runs through with that boot to the face. Jheras could be looking for a combination to put Ace away. Oh, he spins him around with that suplex neck breaker. Leg is hooked, arm is hooked, but Ace able to get the shoulder up off the mat at the very last second.
I had a
Nice.
second match later on in this day, and I won with that move. I just want to point that out.
Jheras
The other guy didn't take it
head
anywhere
first
near as
sends Ace
beautifully,
Evans
though.
into
No,
the
that was good.
turnbuckle.
No, I'm a
Charging
champ.
in. Oh, he just ate that boot. And
Ate
that
it.
is, yes, that is it.
Oh,
I ran into that one like I knew it was coming.
Yeah, that's what she said.
yeah.
I just want to say real quick, disclaimer.
Bad Wolf.
That was a year ago. I have gotten way
Folks,
better.
let's take
Weird,
the
me
ringside
too.
and get some
Please-
words from
please
the
back
leader
me
of the
up on
Nomads
that.
himself, Ace Evans.
The leader of the Nomads himself.
See, I'm all huffing and puffing because it's after the match.
I've been
Yeah.
getting the calls, the texts. When are you coming to Capital Pro Wrestling?
I was mid change
Right
already.
now, the Nomads are taking
Getting
over
ready to get in my
Lansing
car.
right now.
I'm all like
And you know,
sweating. I can't breathe, and they want me to cut
Everybody
this
loves
promo.
Death Threat Army. Everybody loves War Inc. But both teams need to keep their eyes on the road for the Nomads. We are taking over.
So I'm supposed to be the bad guy.
New or used
And we were
vehicle?
talking about this earlier.
Zach
The bad guys that get cheered.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
that guy.
Dude, you're a biker. You're gonna get cheered.
Yeah.
Yeah. yeah.
What biker gimmick didn't get cheered? Even Biker Taker got cheered.
Yeah, he did, dude.
What was
I thought that was so fucking
It's our
weird.
age. It's our age. That's the only reason we liked it.
I know that's why I don't
Like
rewatch
watch
a
this.
lot
It was
watch
so
this.
weird.
Hey
was
Sean, what was your opinion on Biker Taker? Did you like her or did you dislike it? In comparison to original Undertaker.
It took me a little bit because I grew up with Undertaker.
Me too.
And then like it took me a little bit, but like once I saw it, and like I was like, okay, I can get behind it because he was just a big badass. He didn't change anything other than a little bit of his looks.
Yeah, it was really just his intro.
But like yeah, the intro,
Yeah.
he cut his hair short and then he changed. He was wearing leather
Last
pants.
Ride was his finisher or whatever.
Apparently that
Changed
move
it.
sucks to take. But it makes sense. Look at how goddamn tall he is.
I know.
And how high he gets him up there.
Mhm.
Exactly.
I've seen a lot of videos where people like, even Kurt Angle was like, oh yeah, hurts like shit. And like, yeah, that guy's decorated. If that guy says something sucks to take, I'm believing it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it definitely took me a little bit. I'm like, I don't know. But then like, you know, as he got more deep into it, I was like, okay, I like this.
Right.
And then like even when he brought it back at WrestleMania against AJ Styles, I was like, okay, this is dope.
Oh, I loved it.
Mm-hmm.
It was like every last bit of my childhood all coming together, especially because like my dad looked like Undertaker when I was growing up. So in my head, I was always like, dude, my
Really?
dad fucking like sneaking out and going and like wrestling every night or some shit. Cause like I obviously knew that they were like wearing shit to, you know, make themselves taller. So I was like, man, it's totally believable that my dad could be wearing like shoes that got him like 4 inches taller or some
heels.
shit.
Really?
Yeah.
So who was doing that like in famous wrestling? Undertaker. was too?
Everybody.
Really? They were all wearing
Everybody.
something
I
like
think
to make
I'll-
themselves taller?
I think a lot of people do because, you know, they want you to be seen, I guess.
I am legitimately only 5'8". I'm telling everybody to book me as just under 6 foot from now on.
But it's like this one of my other buddies, Giuseppe Colonna. He's only what 5'4", 5'5", and he had 2-inch lifts in his boots.
2
Yeah.
inches.
Side note,
That's what I got. is
he's in my
2-inch lift.
fraternity.
Nice.
Yeah.
So
What's the
how
name
is it
of the
like
fraternity?
running in that
Theta
shit?
Chi.
And doing
Oh,
Rush
it's not
Theta
bad.
Chi.
It's the entire shoe, like the whole from top to back.
Yeah, it's not like an
front to
actual
back.
heel. It's like flat.
yeah,
Yeah.
but still, like it doesn't feel any different
No.
than walking on a regular shoe versus having 2 inches of shit underneath your boot and then
No.
you're walking on it.
I didn't notice a difference at all
Oh.
when I did it.
Okay.
But I also usually wear like black Timbs and shit, so I already got like the tread on that's already fucking.
You're
crazy.
used to
Right.
being up that tall.
Yeah, I do that because I'm 5'8".
Right. Exactly.
Bullshit. Like
Fucking
dude.
bullshit. I
Dude,
know.
my dad was fucking 6'2". John Cena's actual height is 6'1". My dad was taller than John Cena. Why the fuck am I 5'8"? Like these
My
fucked
dad-
up genetics.
My dad
know,
was
man.
not taller than John Cena, so he was only 5'7.25". He told everybody that.
My mom's just about as tall as John Cena. My mom's 6 foot.
Oh, really?
How
Well,
tall is
at her
your dad?
tallest, then my dad as tallest was 6'4".
Yeah, my wife can't wear heels.
She
Or
tall.
she'll be taller than me. Way too. Cause we're about the same. She's like a little bit shorter than me.
That's
I'm
how
like,
my
you
wife
can't
is
wear
too.
heels.
She
man.
wears heels. She looks like Amazon.
I know. So I'm not about to take every picture where you're like taller than me. Like, no.
Squat down a little.
Honestly,
Yeah, do
though,
the old little, the lean in.
dude. No, pull the WWE referee or not referee. Oh shit.
Don't knock
Pull the WWE interviewer.
Yeah,
Have the friggin' super wide stance.
because everybody's shorter than the interviewer.
Oh right.
Was it
That's
Todd
true.
Phillips? Is that who that was? He was like 6.
Corey Graves had to do that too when he was interviewing people because he's tall as shit too.
Yeah, like he's 6'3" or 6'4".
Yeah.
He's a tall dude.
Yeah.
But yeah, the only reason I'm short is because it's in the end it's really all my dad's fault because he liked short women. My mom was only like 5'1".
Holy
that
so-
man!
makes
Wow.
sense.
Yeah.
You gotta take the average of the two heights, and you
Yeah.
get 5'8".
5'8".
Yeah.
There you go, bro.
Bullshit.
That's why.
Dude, and then my sister's
Blame your mom.
Dude, my sister's mom's taller than I am. I was like, Dad.
Why couldn't you bang that one?
Yeah, like why couldn't she be my mom too so I could be fucking like 6'4"? Like come on.
He's
Oh,
like, son, I
damn.
did bang that one.
Sorry.
Yeah. Just I didn't first. Sorry.
He met my mom when
Damn.
he was into music. Yeah, he met my sister's mom at work.
Coincidence? I think not.
I think not.
Not.
So are all of you with going to be coming up in the ranks in the pure pro wrestling, or are you affiliated
Shit,
with?
I'm coming up in the ranks no matter where I go.
Shit. But where are you wrestling with? Where's your home base?
So, Pure Pro Wrestling
Pure
and
Pro.
Wrestling
XICW.
is
So-
mine.
And then you're training right now with Pure
so
Pro.
eventually we'll be, yeah.
Pure Pro, and then you're Pure Pro for 15 years.
yeah. So I've been.
So how long's Pure Pro been around?
They've been around 17, because Aaron Orion, he trained in the first class, and he was a year before me.
Okay.
So 18-ish probably.
And how old are you again?
I'm 34.
34. Okay.
So yeah, I would say probably 18 to 20 years. PPW's been around.
Is that what I'm gonna look like with 8 more years of wrestling?
Wait till you see me get up out of this chair. I sound like my dad with the fucking new bells. Like, oh, son of a bitch.
Man, I already got that problem. dude.
Well, you're welcome.
Right.
Thanks, Dad.
Yeah. So
I try to book with Pure Pro as much as I can because that's where I came from. But like
right.
now I'm getting to that point where I want to shoot for AEW, or my dream right now is NWA. Like that's where I want to go. And now I'm shooting for, okay, I got to get more exposure. I got to get more noticed.
Right.
So now I'm actually, okay, I'm going to go over to the state. What's the pay? Okay. Who am I working with? Oh, a guy that was on TV. Cool. I'm going to learn some shit.
Right.
Great. And I got footage with this guy now. Cool. You know?
Yeah.
Like I was just in West Virginia and I wrestled Jason Kincaid, and he's been all
Okay.
around the world. He was Evolve, I believe he was Ring of Honor for a hot minute. And my tag
Oh yeah,
partner,
Ring of Honor. Yeah, I remember that
Right.
one too coming on.
my tag partner had messaged me with the opportunity. He's like, the pay's really not that great, but I was like, but we get footage with him, and I get to
Hell
learn
yeah.
something.
Right.
Yeah, I'll drive 6.5 hours for that.
Right.
I'm at that mentality now. Like, I'm looking where I'm going and seeing who I'm learning from, or what I can do to branch out more to get bigger opportunities instead of doing these outside shows that you're watching and doing, the 1,000 to 5,000 people.
Right.
So I'm at that mentality now. Like, I gotta, I probably got like 2 more years left and my body's gonna poop on itself. So I'm like, I gotta go now.
So what if you made it? What if it was a year from now? And let's just say a year from now you got a contract with the AEW. Are you telling me that you're gonna have a year, maybe 2 in AEW, and you're done? Your body's gonna call it quits?
No, I think because of right now.
Or you got a year or 2 left in you of this grind to make it, and then you're just kind of like, all right, I'm done.
I think it's a little bit more of the latter. My kids are getting older, and if I'm not getting somewhere, okay, now it's time to focus on being dad. But
Right.
I think if I can get that sign somewhere, I'm not wrestling all these 3 times a week. I'm wrestling once,
Right.
and I'm getting on that TV, and maybe I'm wrestling twice, but it's not. I'm not doing so much. I don't think. Like some of my friends that are signed on TV and stuff, like they do a lot of shows, but it's not quantity, it's quality. They're not doing as much. I'm not trying to say they're not doing as much as me, but I'm trying to get
Yeah,
more.
you're trying to get the more than notoriety with the shows.
And
So that's
they-
what everybody wants. I mean, you
right.
don't want to just do all these
And-
dinky shows.
Yeah. And my friends that are on TV, they already did that work.
Right.
So now they don't, they're doing more of the quality. They're getting those bigger match cards with the names and all that. Whereas I'm trying to get my foot in those doors,
Yeah.
and they're not going to look at me unless I have, either vouch for my name or they heard my name or I got good footage,
Right.
So like NWA, they do their series and they shoot it all in one weekend, but they get 6 months of TV out of it.
Really?
Damn.
That's what they do.
They
So they'll
shoot it-
like almost play out a whole storyline in one night
Yeah, or a whole weekend.
or a whole weekend. I mean.
And then they drop it on YouTube once a week.
Nice.
Damn. And then they got all that time off. So what do? They just get like one
They get
check,
I don't know
like
how
a big check, and then here you go.
I don't know how pay works or anything like that, but like
But you still got to be working out. You still got to be staying in shape. You still got to be,
But, like, a
or,
lot of
or
those-
whoever
yeah.
you persona you are. Obviously, you don't have to be the most in shape person to be on and be in wrestling, but
like
whatever
a lot
it
of those
is.
guys are still doing the indies. Like Matt Cross, I just wrestled him a couple months ago, and he's on NWA.
Okay,
And
they'll still go and
they're
do
still doing their thing.
Yeah.
Still making that money. But like
and
yeah,
and
like,
then you make that notoriety, then you're obviously getting those bigger guarantees. You're like, okay, well, if I'm gonna come wrestle at your event, like you're gonna pay me such and such to be there.
That's
Because you
kinda-
have that draw or notoriety or whatever.
yeah, you gotta think of it just like your band.
Yeah,
You,
exactly.
you
That's why I'm
grind,
that
you
way. Yeah.
you grind, and you finally land that like I'm opening for this name band.
Yeah.
You shit your pants, right?
Oh yeah.
And then, but now your band name is up here as opposed to just doing a Wednesday night acoustic set at
Right.
local bar. Now you're doing the bigger venues.
Man, when we played the 20 minute row live, dude, that was insane. We got the
I love that venue.
VIP.
That's dope as fuck, dude.
So we got the VIP passes. We had our own green room. It had its own fucking own bathroom with a shower and
That's
everything in it, dude. It had our case of fucking Bud Light in there waiting for us and shit.
Hell
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah, so that was all free. You could like fucking smoke weed, do whatever the fuck you wanted in that
Hell
goddamn
And that's-
green room.
It's like it's like that, wrestler band. It's almost the same thing. You're building your brand, and once you get that name. Like I've seen a lot of my friends, bands that were doing the rinky dinky bars, the shitholes that get 15 people, and then next thing I know, I'm buying a ticket to go see them at a bigger venue, opening up for such and such band,
Right.
in front of thousands.
Oh yeah, it's like watching my brother. Friggin', my brother's my tag partner, but like
He's
sometimes
killing it right now too.
Yeah, he gets pulled away from wrestling every once in a while too, because like, he's always done music basically the entire time that ever since he was like 12 or 13, he's always been like in bands and doing shows and shit.
Okay.
But now that he's like 27, the band that he's in now, they got like 3 months ago they had 50,000 streams on Spotify, and they had only had their album out for
What's the name?
Visceral Autopsy. They're
Visceral
only out,
Autopsy?
yeah,
Okay.
they're only out for
Where are they out of?
Detroit mainly.
Okay.
And
Yeah, I think I heard of them. I'm big into the metal scene,
Hell
so
yeah.
That's what they are.
that's what I played.
They produced a bunch of vinyls for that album, and they sold out in 43 seconds.
Yeah, I remember
Damn.
hearing that.
Yeah. And the craziest part about all of this is somehow my brother still can't figure out a gimmick. I don't get it when his gimmick is literally his life.
Right.
Like, just
No
be a rock
shit.
star. I keep telling him, go out and brag about the 43 seconds thing.
43 seconds.
Right.
I sold out my
it's
records in
perfect.
43 seconds.
Oh, okay, right.
That's all I need with your mother.
I sold out my records as
I was
Because I
thinking in
come
this
in
match, but
43
okay.
seconds.
I
I'm
sold
not a minute man. I'm short.
That's all I need with your mom. 43 seconds.
my records sold out as fast as all you men spend with your women. That's why they all need to come listen to my music.
There you
Come.
go.
Like,
dude.
come on.
There
There's
you
so
go.
many things
When
he
they
could
all
say.
need to come and listen to my music.
So did any of
Get
you
that
take
pause.
theater?
No.
Did you take theater?
Can you tell that my brother's a bassist?
There you go. There you go. Have you ever thought about like taking a theater class?
I wish I would have.
Same.
I wish I.
I think you would be good at it.
Because
Hell yeah.
there's more around Detroit with theater and acting and stuff, but I'm from Saginaw. There ain't shit there.
Yeah, right. Sorry.
I could get into the local theater groups and do like the little plays. Like I know Vanishing Elephants are doing Rocky Horror Picture Show for Halloween. They just did a musical last weekend. One of my sisters she's in that, and so I get all the updates like, oh, Rocky Horror's coming up. I gotta get tickets for that shit.
Right.
And but I could do that stuff, and it's like, meh. But
Yeah, no, I wouldn't really like if I was trying to be a wrestler. I wouldn't want to be going out and doing Rocky Horror Picture Show, but I'd be wanting to where's the classes on like just the acting classes.
Yeah,
I guess
yeah.
maybe acting classes, just to make
That's-
sure I'm doing the visual cues. Like, what do you practice in front of a mirror?
usually that's what I have to.
That's got to be the hardest thing. That's got to be the hardest thing.
And it's a lot of coming back to class. Every Tuesday, like when I get in there and I'm doing something, I do the spot like I'm wrestling in front of 1,000 people, and I make sure I'm doing the visuals. Like
It's hard though.
If
It's
I'm
gotta be
getting
hard.
if I'm getting my ass kicked, I'm gonna show pain, or like if he's got me up in a big body slam, my shit face, or if I'm kicking his ass, now my angry face is out,
Right.
like Mr. Potato Head. Bloop, bloop,
Yeah,
bloop,
right.
bloop. And that's like, I try to tape what I do so that I can watch what I'm doing later on and go, okay, I gotta look a little bit different this way, or I gotta show a little bit more anger here, or I gotta show a little bit more life here, or you know what I mean?
Right.
It's all like kind of self-teaching plus like watching, studying tape. You watch your favorite wrestler.
Yeah.
Edge is my guy. Okay, what does he do? When does he do it? How does he do it?
Yeah. How does he express his pain? Like when does he express? Like
Why is he doing it here? And you go from there. Like Edge and Triple H were my dudes. So like Triple H,
fucking Triple H.
I watch
dude.
his face, and
Hell yeah.
okay.
I was stone cold all the fucking way, dude.
Mm-hmm.
All the fucking way. I didn't give a shit.
Yeah,
And then Hardy
Edge is my
Boys.
favorite,
Oh yeah.
all
And
time.
then Hardy Boys. It was like Stone Cold and then Hardy Boys. I mean, I liked The Rock. Don't get me wrong. Like I like The Rock, but if it was Rock Stone Cold, like
There's always Stone
fuck
Cold.
you, Rock.
Yeah.
Edge,
Hell
Eddie.
But Triple H was my dude, ever since
Oh,
like the
yeah.
game came out. I was like, okay.
Yeah, once he wasn't in Degeneration X no more,
Yeah.
and he
Once he
Before
dropped
that-
the what was it, the John Levesque gimmick or whatever. He was
Hunter
doing
Hearst
Paul
Hemsley.
Levesque.
yeah, Paul
And
Levesque.
then, well, Paul Levesque's actual.
Oh, that's his actual
name.
name. Hunter
Well,
Hearst.
Hunter Hearst
Helmsley.
Helmsley.
Yeah.
I thought he went as that
went-
first and they switched it.
I don't know why he didn't just go.
Oh, he was John Paul Levesque once.
Really?
Yeah.
Terrorizing.
Which is yeah,
Geyser.
yeah.
He was John Paul, and then he switched it to Hunter Hearst Helmsley, and then he went
Yeah.
to Triple
Yeah.
H. But
Triple
It was
H.
weird is that they were both very similar gimmicks too. The only difference is that one of them wasn't French. It's
Yeah.
just from Kentucky instead.
DX though, that was the
Connecticut.
ultimate though. Like DX, I mean, as much as I didn't like Triple H or whoever, like DX, like that was when they were that. Like that was,
the collective. It was
dude. As soon as that shit would come on, you're like, oh shit! Like they'd be
Shit,
coming
Billy
down.
Gunn was one of my favorite people.
Billy
I've ever
Gunn,
met.
yeah,
and
ass
then,
man.
and then that shit when they showed
Road
up to
Dogg.
WCW and they want to get in for NWO, like that whole build up, like, oh, that's what we want to see.
Yeah,
And then we finally got it, a couple of years ago, and it wasn't what we wanted, but we got it.
yeah. He got it still.
But
Jimmy Jacobs lost his job.
Yeah. So were you guys were you a WWF or WCW?
I was
mean,
I was WWF. I got
Yeah.
into it a little bit later. I watched it
same.
like Hogan and Ultimate Warrior era, but then like my dad's like, hey, I'm getting rid of cable, so like I lost that, and then like
Right.
he got it later on, and I was like, oh shit, Monday Night Raw. Like I just stumbled on the channel, and then I was hooked, and then my buddy was like, hey, I'm getting King of the Ring. You want to watch? I was like, fuck yeah, I want to watch King of the Ring. And then that was the Shane McMahon Kurt Angle match, and I was like, this is it. I want to do that,
Right.
And I was hooked ever since from that point. And then like WCW, I watched some of it, like when like HBO would give you like a free whatever for a month, and then like Bash at the Beach was on and we got it for free. I'm like, oh fuck yeah, I'll watch this. And I was just like, WWF.
Right.
Hell yeah.
Well, guys, this was fucking really fun. This was a good time hanging out, talking shit. So what are some other events coming up for?
So October 23rd, we're actually gonna be in Holland
Okay.
at the VFW 2144 on 8th Street.
Right by the Civic Center.
Right by the Civic Center, October 23rd, featuring Lucha Libre star Drago.
Is that inside or outside?
Inside,
Inside.
right inside the VFW.
Okay.
And yes, they have beer.
Man, they have beer.
I'm not sure about tickets, but I know they're moving fast. You can get them at www.pureprowrestling.net. I'm not sure how I know they go fast, right? When we get a date out, gone.
Dang.
So I would,
on tickets
whenever you're hearing this, I would get them now.
Yes, definitely.
And
Yeah.
then, where are we at after that?
There's also that one that's right before then too, 16th.
October 16th, Pure Pro Wrestling at Iceland Arena in Flint, Michigan.
We're going
Okay.
home.
Going home.
Home.
I'm
Homecoming.
coming
Man,
home.
I'm missing it. Too.
Coming home.
And
I
then-
mean, I'll be being streamed Saturday, technically.
yeah. And then October 30th, I'm
Oh,
not
here
sure
we go.
about you, but October 30th, I will be at New Edge Wrestling in Detroit.
I don't got
New
anything
Edge
that day.
Wrestling.
That'll
That
be-
was the one that just happened last weekend, right?
Yep, this was Battle Creek. Match of the night was Josh Alexander versus Aaron Orion.
That guy on the left there on the bottom, who's he? Again?
That's James Alexander. He was actually on Monday Night Raw last week. I
Was
think it
he?
was Monday Night Raw. He got his ass whooped by Keith Lee.
I was gonna say he must have because
There's
that guy.
Drago.
Drago, his long ass tongue.
There's Drago.
Oh, there we go.
No, I'm sure it's
Can
part
you
of his
find
mask.
out for me?
Nice.
You want to go to that show? Just
I mean,
ride
I
with
was-
me.
What day is that?
October 23rd.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, I'll go.
Um,
Oh, I'm excited.
I'll probably be there.
yeah, it's gonna be a really good match.
Actually, I will be there. I don't know why I said probably. I will. Be there.
I have no idea what I'm doing, but I do know that Drago's gonna be there, and it's gonna be a
But right there's the
fantastic-
button right there. Get
What a-
tickets.
What a coincidence. I don't know what I'm doing either.
We won't know together.
All right,
Dude,
dudes.
hopefully we find
This
out
was
together
fun.
at the same time.
Gonna wrap this up.
Wrap it before you tap it.
Wrap it before you tap it. We'll do a quadruple pound. Quadruple.
Wrap